Hair's getting too long. Anyway, hello. Hi. Welcome back. We are in the potion game today because I asked my Discord what I should play, and they shrugged. I was like, here is a simple poll. Do we play potion game or do we play Minecraft? And it was a tie, so we're in the potion game. Hello, Shadow. Welcome. Have you seen potion game? Yes, you have, because I remember you saying you were enjoying variety content. I don't know if it counts as variety. If it is literally all I've played this week, I have not loaded Minecraft up. Hyperfixation supersedes special interest, I guess? Thank you so much for the self-care pack. Guess who remembered to fill up their water before stream today? It's me. I did. Oh yeah. Seems like you managed to redeem Hydrate just fine. Good job, Jay. Thank you. Thank you. This is the kind of validation that I live for. You know, this black is probably going to be way cuter with a headband. Yeah. Way cuter with a headband. I am dressed femme today, which is amusing because I was very masked while I slept, to the point where I think I had a nightmare. Nothing was going bad in the dream. I just, started having a panic attack or something. I don't know, maybe the blankets were caught around me, and I was like, because I'm aware I'm dreaming, I'm like, oh, this is a nightmare. Oh, this is a bad dream. And it was, I knew that I felt like I had a binder on, and I was like, I am hyperventilating. I am having breathing issues. Nothing is happening in this dream, but I also, slept in my dream. My dream was weird. I don't usually dream. Anyway, hi, welcome to the potion game. If I'm playing it this much, I really should redesign my OBS to suit the layout, because I could make this cuter. I could make my layout here cuter, and I could adjust it so that it's should I do that? Let's adjust my camera so it's a good place. You know? I can move these over here. Don't worry about this, let's just space that out a little bit. Okay. Hold on. I want it to be singular pixel down, that's too far. I'm micromanaging this. It's too far. Can I move it with my arrow keys? No, dang it. 32 is too far. I want it, yes, 127. Then back this way. I don't want 125, I want 126 or 127. That's gonna have to do. And I feel like I should put a frame around my camera. Anyway, potion game. It's 7:50 because I was AFK for a little bit. Hi, hello everybody. There's a cutscene. What? See, this camera layout looks terrible in cutscenes. Awful. If I go to redeem, it's back up here. Let's do that for the sake of the cutscene. Laura, how are you? I'll get to chat in a second. There's a cutscene. Sorry, guys. There's someone here who'd like to see you. Oh, yo, it's from the medical association. Plot? A game has plot? What? We're not used to playing games with plots. Hello, Leopard. Moret, it's me. You've been doing well since you passed the last test. Surprisingly well, in fact. Your name's constantly on Dr. Nestor and Colin's lips. Is that a good thing, Moira? You don't really like Colin. We've been looking at your record closely. We all agree it's time to upgrade your license again. Oh, dang. you have our permission to participate in the next chemistry test. Oh, dang! Well, dang. In fact, we've already registered for you for it, and the test will begin shortly. Here it is. Thanks, Moira. Wasn't prepared for a test this morning. Guess I'm glad I didn't play anything off stream. This is directly where we left off from the 4 hours I played yesterday. I know this is very sudden, but it's a great opportunity for you. Thank you. This next license will allow you to treat more virulent diseases. So the patients are going to get worse as we progress, because that's how superheroes work. We strongly believe that you will need it to help the Moonbury community. Yeah, probably. Cool. Personally, I aced the test on my first try, just so you know. Thank you, Moira. I see why Colin doesn't like you. I'm not saying that out loud. Well, I think that's more or less all. Excellent. Let me escort you back to the station. Do your best, Laura. Why are half the people in this game just so rude? I will pause and go to my face cam so that I can look at chat. Hello. You got sick. We have a kitty for support. I'm glad you have a kitty for support, cutie with a gun. Hello, Potato. Hello, Gotcha. You're using my server as a reference for yours. Oh, Shadow, that makes me so happy. Yay. You're struggling bad. Fair. I literally spent like all day putting together my server, and then I have not done maintenance in quite a while. I need to do some server maintenance. I also need to do some OBS maintenance. But like, I have a big long D&D saga next month. This month, next month. Next month starts tomorrow, but big long D&D saga that I am, I'm prepping for that before I change up my server and my Discord. But yes, your birthday's in exactly 25 hours and 50 minutes. Dang, it's exactly 25 hours and 46 minutes now, because I took 4 minutes to get that message. How's everyone? I'm doing well, Potato. Well, it's good to see you. You're hoping to get a full version of Potion Game next day. Yeah, birthday present. Hello, you're here on your last work break. You're probably not spoiled the game for yourself. Have a good stream. Okay, bye, Gotcha. That's fair. Goodbye. That's fair, but also, like, you actually care about this game and you're leaving me. Everyone else here is like, haha, Shay's vibing. And I'm over here like, no, my emotional attachments to these characters. Anyway. They're rude because they expect you to be a pyromancer, megalomaniac, as an alchemist, chemist, which makes sense. Yeah, except that person is a chemist. And also, like, I've developed a bit of a relationship with these people. I've proved my trust. I, in fact, have positive trust in this town. Now that I've moved my face cam for, like, the main thing, you should be able to see that. Next month, indeed. Yes. I don't think I've talked about it much, so I should do this more. I should, like, make people anticipate this more. So not tomorrow, but every Saturday after, the rest of the 4 Saturdays in October, I will be running a D&D mini campaign on stream. It will be all sort of October-y, Halloween-y, horror vibes in theory. I'm nervous. I'm super nervous. But yeah, we've got some of my regular players, some of my friends, and Leopard, who is not someone I know very well or one of my regular players, but did, like, recommend that I do a D&D thing on stream. So I really hope that people like that. I hope that the D&D thing goes well. And for the D&D streams only, I think I'm going to have a sub-goal for continuing streamed D&D. Might be a bad idea, because I am so bad at preparation, especially for D&D. I just ad-lib everything, and I'm like, no, I'm really nervous about it, but, possible sub-goal for the coming October festivities. Also, if I'm a variety streamer now, should I, like, play some horror games for October? I don't know. I don't even have, I have like one video planned. I don't have video plans. I'm so, who let me be a content creator? You got VIP permits on account of your #1 gifted subs. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Yeah, you just like D&D and TTRPGs and wanted to join. Pretty much, yeah. So let's get back to the test. So I've moved my face cam over, which is going to be horrible once we go to Minecraft, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. We've moved the face cam over so that you guys can actually see the stuff up in this corner. We got my health and my stamina and whatever tool I'm using. Which way do I have to rotate my hand? Whatever tool I'm using up there. And then over here, we've got our approval rating in the town, which, of like burning time to tell you this. The 2 wings say that I'm approval rating 2 and I have access to like level 2 areas, and the thumbs up say that the town likes me. Let's go over here and do some research. I have to get my hands in the gaming position. It's so annoying to me that you can't see the button I'm pressing. The second chemistry test. Let's do this. See, when I'm out here, the face cam doesn't make any sense anywhere. I'm not worrying about it too much. We need to find everything. Oh, that one's water. That's none of them. Oh, that one's fire. I'm like, I'm going to pause and not cycle past them. And then I'm cycling past them. Woo! What is a good way to find a group to do D&D with? I don't have a good answer for you. I inherited most of my real-life groups from my parents. You can't even see some of the things that I'm thinking with. You know what? I'm doing the redeem screen, but I am taking away the redeem so that I can move where my face cam is at. Except for the... Can't see the reward. I'm not worrying about it. I can't worry about it. We're doing a thing. Draconic Temper. Interesting. Fire and earth only. So filling up that square at the top is going to be hard. But I have... Okay, for this I've got Lion's Mane. Not Lion's Mane. Savage Mane. Yeah, my way of getting it in an online D&D group was become a semi-popular streamer with a D&D channel in their Discord. Have someone in the D&D channel say, haha, we should have a campaign. Have no one else want to DM and be like, I guess I'll try my hand at DMing. Make a Google form in which like over 20 people applied to, and then cut it down to people I actually think I would enjoy having at my table. I got 4, and then I dragged my partner in recently. But other than that, like, nah, actually, whoa, okay. I did hands in the wrong position. I've never used bug legs before. Well, this is literally my first time using bug leg in a recipe. It's actually kind of helpful. I love that Leopard has actual advice. Search by new players, new under players wanted. Or go to your local nations group D&D Facebook group. Yeah, local game shops are a good option. That's certainly an option. Do I have one that goes to the thing? No, I don't. I have that over here. Okay, alright. Man, missing gold nuggets? Not the best right now. Nope, that's not gonna work. Dang it, come on. This? But then I don't really have a thing that goes up. Oh! Never mind, we can do this. Boom! Okay, so when it's complicated stuff like this, I'm actually really enjoying the puzzle dynamic of it. However, I kind of don't like that you can just put whatever in the potions. like, that aspect of it does not make sense to me. But, like, the puzzle is a more fun minigame than I had thought it would be. Okay, I think the sound that is too loud... Sorry, cute. Settings, I think SFX is still too loud? Turning that down? Like, surely it's not music that is too loud for the... Ba-doop! The bing! Yeah. Yes, 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 I know. We have to go here for some reason. Thank you for letting me know that there was a step right there to activate a cutscene. Hello, Shaelora. We just finished fixing the bridge. Cool, excellent. Didn't realize it was broken. Oh, yeah, I see a little bit of patchiness there. Ooh. They pogged. Looks neater now, doesn't it? Yes, I still don't have a voice for the mayor, so we're trying it. All the villagers should now be able to cross the bridge safely. With a bit of luck, we'll never hear our old bridge making that splintering sound again. It's good. I hope that makes everyone feel more secure. I don't have a good old man voice. Okay, so, like, that was not the thing. Go to the police department. It's literally not even between that time. Okay. Hey, kid. Nope. Cody. Fine chow for me. Fine chow. You know, me not saying the name right. The X in names like that don't, like... Oh, thank you. Yes, he's probably at the desk. He's at the desk. The X is like an SH. Oh, we're back to over here. Because real gameplay. Except cutscene. So, this is the potion you guys were talking about back then? Great. I'll send them a message shortly. Because, you know, I just instantly did the test. You take no credit in this idea of being accepted or hosting a part of D&D game, and your indiscretion only lasted 4 weeks. Yeah, fair. Well, well. We meet again, Mr. Secretary. Chow. I do have a name, you know. We're here to assess your test, Shaelora. I did the thing. Alright, show me what you've made. Take the potion. Take the potion. My better potion bottles are at my dad's house. There's nothing I can do about that. The consistency and color are correct. And the smell... Interesting. Yeah, I use local ingredients. I told you before, Moira. This kid is special, talented, like we've been saying. I'm impressed. Looks like you've been using local materials. Where else am I gonna get materials, Moira? Smart. Thank you. It's literally what's it... Anyway. I don't know about that. One thing's for sure. You definitely passed the test. Congratulations. On behalf of the Medical Association, we'd like to present you with your new license. Colin, please. Why don't you do the honors, Moira? I'm holding the potion. No need to be a wallflower. You're also thrilled for Shaelora, right? Can you please just do it? Maybe it should be Mr. Monopoly or the Fine Print Singer. I don't know what either of those... I mean, I know what the Fine Print Singer sounds like in the songs, but, like, regular talking? No, not a clue. I don't know how to do that voice, but I can try, I guess. He's not a capitalist, though. Most of the people you've listed are known for, like Mr. Monopoly, absolutely a capitalist. And the song I know best for Stupendium is, yeah, the Fine Print Singer. Which is a capitalist song. Mr. Mayor's not a capitalist. This isn't Animal Crossing. We don't work for a capitalist. There you go, little chemist. Just casually doing Matt's voice. One of my current role-playing characters. Colin just gets his voice. I am affectionate of Colin, partially because he has the voice of one of my D&D characters. Well, we'll be off now. Have a safe trip. Cutscenes, cutscenes, do-do-do-do, cutscenes. And we switch the game scene over. I'm going to be so mad about that once I go back to Minecraft. I'm gonna be like, why did I do this? Cutscene, 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 no, wait, no, redo, cutscene, The Rangers are supplying less and less stock. Should I ask them to work harder to reach their targets? I'll think of something. Perhaps they're having some difficulties. Yo, what do you need me to get? I'm your errand lad. Let's do it. Laura, what can we do for you? I resurrected your dead flower. Oh. So, poor equipment is one of the reasons for the dwindling supply? We have to provide them with better equipment, Osmond. See, not a capitalist. Community's needs are our top priority. This may kind of almost, not quite. It's not quite a communist society. But it's pretty damn good. Money does exist. Money does exist. But, like, I have to provide them the materials for the thing they're making. So, I don't know. I really like the financial system of this. Our rangers must be equipped with the best tools so they can gather more resources. When was the last time we provided them with foraging equipment? A long time ago. Perhaps a year or so? That can't do. Oh my! Visit Runeheart and order new equipment directly. They're lacking the materials they need to make new equipment too. Hello, Billy Not Human. Social welfare and bartering? Yeah. You help us supply equipment for the materials for the equipment, Laura? Absolutely, yes. I hate to ask you, but your equipment is newer than the Rangers. Yes, because people keep asking me. And I'm making potions. Yes, absolutely, I will help you with that. I have a protagonist complex, and I'm also actually the protagonist, but like, my character doesn't know they're in a video game. Osmond, please give Laura the list of items we need. How's your day been so far? It's been good. I've just been like chilling, hanging out, talking to some friends, talking to one of my friends about their upcoming wedding. I'm so excited. Yeah, it was one of my friends runs this like little crafty corner online, and I was talking to them about the thing I'm sewing. See, I sewed this much before stream of the final seam of this bit, and then I still have like 2 pins worth to go that I had to stop sewing because I was talking to them too much. And then I had to like put it down because I was streaming. So I'm so close to finishing this major step of my sewing project, which is cool. Funky. Yeah. Oh my god, it sounds fun. Hey, yo, that's really awesome. Thank you. Do you want to see? Do you want to see? Okay, so this baby that I've been sewing, seam side out. Like, cameras don't like picking it up because it's so freaking red. But you can see, like, the seams. Yo, it's got seams and shit. And it's gonna be, like, the top isn't cleaned up yet. But it's gonna be a little capelet. It's gonna be a little capelet because sometimes you get dressed in the morning and you're like, the perfect outfit to wear to this event would be Little Red Riding Hood, and I do not have a Little Red Riding Hood. So I'm making a Little Red Riding Hood, and then I'll also be able to wear this Little Red Hood over my like massive cape that I made to cosplay Technoblade. The cape has fake fur trim at the top. It's just like crocheted fluffy fabric at the top and at the bottom. But if I'm wearing the cloak, the little capelet, you won't be able to see it at the top because I'll have like an extra little thing and the hood. So you won't be able to see the fake fur. You'll only be able to see it at the bottom. And I think that'll be like a really cool look if I want a bigger, longer cape. So cloak. So I'm like really excited about this. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna be able to sew more fantasy bullshit outfits. Like, I want a vest, like kind of a waistcoat that looks like it's like a hide vest, like it's made of leather, except I don't want to actually make it from leather. I found this really nice fake suede, but I want to cut it in such an asymmetrical way and have the colors and details on it so that it looks like it's a vest sewn from dead leaves, like massive dead leaves, because I desire to look like a fairy at all times, please. What a fun day! Oh no, the universe said I love you, I'm gonna cry, yeah. I just can't quite see it, wait, can I? My roses are in the wrong angle. Or this is wrong. Sit up, my friend. Oh no, I shouldn't have done this. Mistakes have been made. Uh-oh. Sound like Nerdforge, do you know her? Oh, funky. I don't know her personally, but I have watched some Nerdforge videos. Used to watch them more, been watching them less. But Nerdforge is an awesome maker. Sorry, let me just shove some roses there. You can't see the eye. The universe said, love you. Anyway, attempts were made. Yeah, Nerdforged is an awesome maker, so I really appreciate that compliment. Part of me is like tempted to try making like, maker videos on YouTube, but I feel like that is branching out too much, and also I feel like will slow down my productivity for everything. But like, I'm kind of tempted. I mean, like, your creativity and a bit of vibes? Heck yeah. Really exciting. Yes, you're so talented. Thank you. You have no idea how to do the thing you have. How to do the thing you have for subs. Which? Is it weird instead of just saying goodbye, you and I love you to the end of it? Doesn't matter if it's family, friends, or even a stranger. No, I don't think so. I say I love you way too much. Like, I say it a lot. I love you is probably one of my most common phrases. So, I don't think it's weird. To a stranger, yes? Yeah, a little bit, but... Yeah, I don't think I'd say it to a stranger. But... sometimes I say I love you walking down a hallway alone. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just like, love you. It happens sometimes. Maybe I'm talking to me. Anyway, cutscene. Please let me know when you've collected the materials so we can deliver them to Runeheart. Will do, Mr. Mayor. Do. Figure it out later. I love you, /P. I love you too. Yay. The sub-channels with the role automatically given. Oh, okay. So, it's via Discord integrations. Why is there a cutscene? Ah. Anyway, there's the police officer here. Hold on. I need your help to solve a mystery. Okay, Dean, what's up? You're a police officer and I am not, sir. Dean. Put some leftover food on the table and, well, it's gone. Somebody stole my food. Can you make something to lure the thief out with? I want to catch the thief with it. Would you be able to help me? I guess? Great, I'm counting on you. All right, Dean. Pungent draft. You want me to make something that smells like food? It's really bothers me. Oh, no, there. It really bothers me that the way I have this set up right now, you cannot see. I'm changing these things around again. We're just changing all of my layouts in this stream. There you go. We're just gonna have to deal with the reward being slightly out, because I don't care enough to fix that bit. But there you go. Now you can actually, like, see my potions. Contrary to popular belief, you suck at potions. Damn it, I'm not allowed to use water. I am allowed to use the orchids, though, so that's what's going there. I don't have... Oh, I've got a main for that bit. I don't really have anything that goes up like that. So use that. Fire one of these. Fire one of these. I don't have that. I do have this. Boom. I have to adjust my headphones again. I should really get better headphones. I keep saying that, but then it's like I figured out how to make these ones work, even though they're absolutely, definitely broken. Alright. Hey, Cody. Find Dean for me, thanks. Old-fashioned way, Okay. Hold on. Is this open? It was loading. The bot was loading earlier, and I was like, okay, it's loading up, but it's just, it hasn't logged in yet. Should be loading in now. The woe, the strife, the difficulty. Alright. Back to the game. And immediately into a cutscene, basically. Actually, maybe not a cutscene. Actually, maybe a cutscene. Almost friends with you, but we're not friends with you. Keep pressing the wrong button. Whoops. You put something together? Great! Let's give it a go. This game is so many more cutscenes than I'm used to in games at the moment. There was a long time where it wasn't cutscenes, but as soon as I start streaming, it's like, every step you take, there will be a cutscene. Put the stuff on my desk. Let's wait here for a little while. Really hoping it's not Zeke. Kips is there! No, baby! Shh, look. Okay, if it's Kips. If Kips is the one stealing fruit, that's fine, as long as it's not Zeke. It's the kitty cat. There, it must be the thief. Let's go inside. Sir, that is a cat. That is a feline. Not sure it counts as theft. It's a cat. We've got you now. You here to steal my leftovers? What's going on? This is the, twin brother. Caught Kip's red paw trying to steal my leftovers. The leftover food on your desk? Yeah, obviously it was your brother. That's right. You weren't planning to eat it, right? Of course not. Fresh food tastes much better. Well then, why don't you let Kips have it instead? Yeah, but you're not eating it anyway. I usually give my leftovers to Kips. It'd be a waste to just dump them in the bin after all. Yes, let the kitty eat good food. But one man's trash is another cat's treasure, right? I love that. Fine. Let you off the hook for now. You take as much as you want, Kips. Hey, stop it. I won't waste any more food from now on. You'll see. Yay! Yay, Kips gets food. Okay, where else do we need to go? I've been trying to visit Mariel, but it just keeps not working. Monday to Saturday, 15 to 20. Did I not already do this? Oh, okay, this is, collect materials, different time, Monday to Sunday. We could do that. We could go up to the beach. Bam. What? Did I press leave instead of go to the beach? Go to the beach. Ignoring rules and stuff, you're working on bots and rules and stuff. Nice. Join the Discord. Nice. So this is theoretically in the time period. Oh, hi, Lucky. You're playing a game of chess in your head. I love that so much. Have some moon clothes. Because I have too many. I have too many. Ah, there we go. No, you shouldn't leave the store during business hours, Otmar. We could lose a potential customer if you do. Otmar, sorry. Yeah, no, there are times that I have come here and bought things from your store and there was no one tending the till. Just gotta say. The business security of this town really denotes that this is not a capitalistic society. Oh, Otmar. I feel weird reading out Otmar's lines, honestly. Ordered a batch of corn from Lucky. But Otmar been so busy. Otmar not had time to collect it. But Otmar, absolutely, I will go get you your corn. Also, hi, Reinhardt. Just casually entering town. And the thing, we're in a building, so I'm in a conversation, so the thing, you know, this layout does not lend itself well to face cam. I could put a face cam in my lower right, but that's where my chat is. Which is weird because, you know, I have to look this way to look at chat. Am I about to change up the whole vibe? Okay, so like, too much thought going into this. Put my face cam in the lower right. Gotta put chat right beside it. Then when I look over to chat, I'm actually looking over to chat. And it also doesn't block out, like, my game stuff over there, or coordinates, or intrusive thoughts. I love the intrusive thoughts of, this is how I could organize my stream better. That's my kind of intrusive thoughts. What does that just go to farmhouse? I also need a lot of iron ore and bitter tasting sap. And a cold bloom to Mariel. Let's go give the cold bloom to Mariel. It's easier to get to the M's if I scroll up, right? Right? You like them too? Like, one of these days I am reorganizing my thing, and I want to put, like, you know, I want to have, like, a frame around my camera. I just forgot. Maybe face cam to the right, chat on left bottom, and small game on the top? Like, make the game not the whole screen. I also need to figure out where to put, like, these things, you know? Quest. Ah. I need to get more whole blooms. I just used one in a recipe. Like, I had it to give to her, then I used it in a recipe. Oops! Alright, let's, I mean, we are by the farmhouse, so let's go to the farmhouse. Because there's a cutscene to happen here. And then we'll go gather some supplies. I hope everybody's enjoying my Friday morning. It might not be your Friday morning, which is why I say mine. Anyway. Otmar's corn order? Oh. Ah, right. I've kept them for him. Are you going to deliver them to Otmar? Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm doing here. Great, I'll grab them for you. Good. There you go. Thanks. Okay, go find Otmar, who's probably at the beach. Come on, Cody. Buddy. My thoughts, my brain just stopped working. Oh yeah, I also want to do like an animation when I'm switching scenes, so it's less weird to go like, I want like a slight animation. I'd love like, you know, rose petals across the thing, and I want like a little intro to YouTube like that, you know? I think that'd be cool, but I don't know how to animate rose petals across the thing. And my partner, who's an animator, is like, so this is how I'd do it. But like, that's a lot. And that's intimidating. Anyway, yes, talk. Just so that we've done the talking. Give you corn. Wow, good corn. Thank you. Thank you, Otmar. Otmar was afraid like you sold his lot to other customers, since Otmar not pick it up. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Now that he's here, Otmar is going to try new recipes next time. Awesome, because your recipes are good. Yay, we made Otmar happy. Ba 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 ba. But also the bottom right is a bad place to put your face cam because that's where the little red live symbol goes. So for you to do that, you have to do it at least a little bit up. Theoretically, because thumbnails. Gosh, overthinking things. Anyway, let's go collect stuff from over here. You need to go sleep. Good night. Goodbye. Sleep well, Billy. Celestial, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. Hello. How was your stream? It's good to see you again, Celestial. Welcome back. Billy, sleep well. Good night. Thank you for your kind words about me. You're so kind and animated. Oh, thank you. Bottom left, but that's where Minecraft chat goes. There is no winning solution as to where to put my face cam. It was good. I'm so glad. Thank you for sending a raid my way and trusting me in the community. Hello, my name is Shaylora. I am usually a Minecraft streamer, but I've been hyperfixating on this potion game. So we're playing this potion game. And I'm non-binary. I use they them pronouns, and I'm also neurodivergent. So just like hashtag quirky. Why did I do that? Yeah. The vibes are all over the place because ADHD go, oh, shiny. You and a friend were playing Greek-themed Minecraft map called Divinity's End. Ooh. Ooh. Change depending on the game? I could, but like, my brand is Minecraft, you know? Anyway, I have, like, used so much of today, doing quests, so it is 5 p.m. in-game, and I am finally doing my daily rounds of grabbing things that I need. I have been aggroed by the monsters. Stop shooting me. Thank you. I don't need potato. I would love some more roses. Do need to go get some gold. So, see, the potion game I wanted to make, I would have loved if I could feasibly make this, the sort of actually running around doing a thing like this, if I could have made that feasible for the potion game that I would love to make one day. But this is very much a video game mechanic. Oi. Ah. Oi. Ah. And the version I wanted to make, ouch. These things don't die easy. I really need tool upgrades. Yeah, the version I wanted to make, just everyone get away from me. I don't want to fight right now. blah, 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 words. Version I want to make is phone game. I want to make a potion phone game. And, like, frankly, not sure how to do the gathering aspect. I know I want, like, it's important to me in a potion game that you gather the materials. And I know that I want to be able to grow some materials. It is now officially nighttime in-game. Fun. I want to be able to grow some materials. But difficult. Like, in a phone game, I don't think I can really do this sort of a mechanic. So I was trying to figure out if it would be like a memory match game or a Connect 3. Like, it's got to be a mini game of some sort. And I want you to be able to prioritize what you grab, you know? Like, you get to pick what materials you get. Oh, wait. Just gonna slaughter that thing, grab the dark crystals, and run. Cut down this tree because we need some of the sap from it. Stop being aggro next to me. Ah. Don't need your materials. Stop attacking me. Oh, okay, we're getting out of here. I ran out of energy while attacking something that's not great. Anywho. It's probably too late to talk to people. You think this guy's asleep? I mean, he probably is. It's pretty late. I don't think I've seen him around this late. And we're heading toward... Oh, we're not... No, we are heading toward where his tent is. So I think he's probably going to be asleep. Can't give someone something if they're asleep. But yeah, I have, like, a couple of mechanics in mind for the potion game I want to make. But the difference between this... Yeah, he's sleeping. You sleep well, bud. The difference between, like, the potion mechanics in this game and the potion mechanics in the game that I want to make one day in the far future, which will be a phone game of some kind, is that the future game, or in this game, yeah, rather in this game, you can put anything in a potion. It limits it, like you can't put fire-related things in this one, or you need a fire-related thing. Oh, I'm glad that my advice for you living, you know, actually healthy lifestyle is working. That's good. Let's talk to Yorn. Ah, I have actually heard rumors going around about you, Yorn. I've talked to Otmar today. Yeah, this you can throw just about anything in a potion. The one I want to make will have, like, specific recipes. Speaking of specific recipes, am I low on anything? Yes, I need to make some twist potion. Twirl solution. Missing the spores. I know I don't have enough ingredients. Can you just, like, autofill it? Alright. Why is everything dark? I guess I haven't tried brewing this late at night? I feel like I have. Oh, brilliant. This thing. And this is the sap I have most of now. Start brewing. Yes, I want to add 2 recipe. Cool. How much do I have extra? I have a lot of some things. Let's... I feel like I'm gonna sell my basic serum. What's this one? It's a little hard. Pro solution, I want to just, like, get rid of some of the things that I have, like, a ridiculous amount of, you know? So, like, this. And this, I have, like, a lot of. And then I don't have, like, I do have a fair amount of these. So I'm just gonna, you know, just sell off, I'm effectively selling off some of my, overstocking. I mean, I have kind of overstocked that, haven't I? It's so annoying that that is the only thing I have that fits in that spot. Is there a 2 down that I have overstocked? I don't have any 2 down left. We gotta grab some basil and stuff. Oh, I did this over here so that you could see what I was brewing. Anyway. Yes, and then I'm just gonna head down into the thing. I always do the mini games so I don't need the thing that just immediately diagnoses something. Because I will always do the mini game. And we'll get some sleep. Again, face cam looks real weird when this stuff isn't in the corner. Anyway, oh, cutscene. Someone's at my door. It's gonna be the letter of recognition showing up. Hi, Moira. It's me. Dr. Nestor sent me here to deliver this letter of recommendation. Y'all know that we have a postman in town, right? He's expecting great things from me. I've shown considerable potential here. When Colin was here last time, did he say anything about me? No. I'm guessing he did. Man, why don't you guys like each other? All good things, all good things. He can be quite the joker. I know he doesn't mean to hurt anyone, though. He's sometimes a bit much, but he doesn't mean it. He's a kind person at heart. True, he's annoying most of the time, but life would be boring without him. Actually, forget that last part. I should leave now. Bye, Moira. We got a letter of recommendation. We should probably get that up to... Okay, like, the powerful blue is not my most important thing. I didn't manage to get any... thing. We're going to Zeke. Excuse me, Cody. I called for you. You should let me interact with you now. Find the old man. It's 6 a.m. Guessing he's probably not there. Hayden, hi. I shall hydrate. Thank you. Oh, hi, Reinhardt. Oh. Yeah, let's give you a close. This isn't necessary, but thanks. It's totally necessary, Reinhardt. I have so many. I'm not good. Why have I decided to do this thing where I switch over my face cam? Hold on, Cody. I gotta stretch. Thank you so much for making me take care of myself. Oh, good stretch. Yeah, I have, like, super ambitious plans about everything. 8, 10... Oh, ha, ha. 'Tis awake. Hi, Kips. I'm talking to you first. Excellent. I'm very good friends with Kips. Living like this isn't as bad as you might think, you know? There's nothing to worry about. Here you go. Here's the berries that you used to cook with all the time. Nope, not that one. That one. Ah! Oh no, flashing. You want to give me this? Yes! Oh! It's the berry I've been looking for. Yes! Now I can cook the dish I've been wanting to make. Enjoy your dish, Zeke. Meow, meow. These berries. It's been a while since I last saw a delicacy like these. Where did you get them? They grow where it's cold, so up in the mountain? Blair's Iceberg? Yeah. Well, I've never been there before. Good. Don't go there. That place will kill you dead. That must have been quite the journey. It was, yes. Let me get the berries for you. Well, now I can start making something with berries. I'll give you a taste, alright? It won't take long, I promise. Wait here. Oh, we're getting food from it. should probably, like, keep that food myself instead of giving it to my dog, but last time I gave it to my dog. Here you go. My special salad. It's possible that this is, like, a cooking recipe will unlock. Oh, yeah, I gotta unlock cooking recipes! Just doing a quick pop in to say, I love you, have a good stream, goodbye! Mwah! Thank you for the I love you. Farewell. I used to cook this dish back when I was your age. It's easy to make, tasty, and most definitely healthy. Have you ever cooked something like this before? No, I haven't unlocked the kitchen yet. I've never cooked. Well, you should. Okay, I'll go unlock the kitchen. It'll come in handy, and it's easy to prepare. Besides, it's packed with nutrients to keep you full of energy all day. I like energy. Now, what are you waiting for? Let's eat. Meow, meow. Do, 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 do. Transition. If we go to the full face cam between the transition and wait a little pause, it almost looks deliberate. What food was it? Okay, that's milk. Mixed salad. That would be the thing that we've been given. Elevates the price of anything on the menu. These are probably things that I can cook with. Anywho, let's head over to Glaze Iceberg. I'm really enjoying this game. Ah, thing to attack. When I first started playing this game, I was like, this is everything that I wanted my game to do, and like, well, now maybe I don't even need to make my potion game, but I've decided that I still am planning to, one day in the future, make a potion game, because it is actually very different. Like, I thought at first, dang, this is everything I've been wanting, but as much as it does fulfill most of my itches, I do still have unique ideas, so I don't know, would you guys be interested in me actually making a game? I don't play phone games, but like, I've got plans for a phone game. I've got plans to make a phone game. Okay, we're running low on orchids. Orchids? Orchids. Let's go. I really need to upgrade my tools. Let's go. I feel like I just gave away all of my cold berries, so let's get a few cold berries. Snowberries. Ah! Gonna knock out the shield first. Okay. Got some gold and some rocks. Oi. Look. Cody, I know you're hungry, but I'm fighting for my life here. Okay, come on. Come here. Here's some food. Slowly getting through the stash of... excuse me, do not fight me. I am... bruh. Feeding my dog. Way too many of these pelts. I also have way too many Savage Mane. I wonder what I can make with these pelts and Savage Mane. Because just like a bunch of animal fur in a potion doesn't sound good. But I think I can make a lot of money from it. Now, I am not a person who cares about a lot of money. But I do have the capitalist achievement in this game, which is just getting more than 10,000 coins. It's not that hard to do. But apparently people in this game really struggle for money because they don't like to spend. Ooh, I got an achievement. Lumber specialist. Nice. Nope. Nope, go away. Okay. I'm only cutting down the big trees in this area because those are the ones with the sap that I need. I can get the sap from easier to cut down trees elsewhere. Oh, I remember back when I could clear an entire area with the energy that I had. I could clear an entire big area. It'd take me like a day, but I wouldn't run out of energy. basically out of energy now, so it sounds like the perfect time to go back to town and see about updating some of my equipment. Speaking of equipment, we gotta get... This is my most important. Oh, but a cold bloom. I need to talk to Mariel. Okay, where's Mariel? Mariel. Mariel's just in the middle. She's just hard to get to no matter where I go. Oh, yo! Cutscene? Cutscene? When was the last time you went to the Willow Waters bathhouse? A week ago, I think. It was an awful day. Did something happen? Yeah, it started raining just after I left the place. I got soaked on my way back home. Well, that was unfortunate. Also, they've been using a special aroma lately. I tried it, but I won't be using it again. Oh, what kind of scent is it? A herbal scent. It's far too strong. I felt like I was being boiled alive in a chemist's cauldron. Wow, rude! I'm right here! My character's actually standing right here. What was the point of that? Just to make us sad? Anyway, hi, Mariel. Yeah, you got some cookies. Here. Oh, good. Let's see. You have good news? Let's hear it. I have the flower. Oh, it's on your mantelpiece now. Or on your table. This is beautiful. So you did manage to find one. You know something terrifying that Australia doesn't have, but Europe and Asia does? Oh, yeah. Don't. Yeah, I had to, like, resurrect them from the dead, but... Oh, it was in a terrible condition, was it? But thankfully you were able to restore it? Yeah, that's better phrasing than I had to resurrect them from the dead. Mariel, one of my archives is missing. Have you seen it? No, that's it. That's the old man voice. Yes, I have it with me. Please don't take the archives without asking. I was confused and thought it was missing. My goodness! Isn't that a cold bloom? Yeah, I resurrected them from the dead, unquestionably. Not only that, Shaylora managed to restore the area too. Isn't that good to hear? The vampire moth. Nice. Usually pierce fruits and drink juice, but they will also drink human juice. Nice! It certainly is, but... I am truly grateful, but please don't borrow my files again without permission. You know, fair, sir. Now I shall go plant this in my garden. Thank you, Shaylora. She will plant it in her garden. I did it in his voice, but that was an accident. Please, there's supposed to be a cutscene in the garden. And I can't get it. I am very tempted to have a bath in game and get my energy back, but I'm going to prioritize buying the things while the stores are still open. Busy. You don't want to work tomorrow, but you have to. You also gotta get your paycheck. Oh yeah, nice. Paycheck. Yo, Rainer, what's up? Ah yes, the secrets to cutting wood. Yes, I'd like to shop. Okay, I don't have enough wood for... Oh, I bought the kitchen already. Renovate the bedroom to get more space. Yo. Okay, but, like, I want to buy the table. And I want wooden chair number 1 just because I think I like the cross design better than the... than the straight down. I like the cross design better than the straight down. I could also get the blue sofa, which, like, I think I'm going to because my current sofa is, like, really ratty. And now we have 8 wood. Oh boy. You know, maybe I should have gone to Heart and Sparks first and, like, upgraded my axe. If I could. Yo, Heart and Sparks, I just want to check that these are... Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We are absolutely going to buy these. Hi, Opal Heart. I am going to head off to the bathroom briefly. And then we will go on a woodcutting, a woodcutting quest. I don't have Spotify loaded up, so I can't put extra music in the background while I'm gone. But, like, please take care of yourselves. I need to relink the things. OBS doesn't change the things anymore. But I'm gonna run a quick ad while I'm gone. Subs won't get an ad, so yeah. And I will be right back. Please take care of yourselves. Goodbye, farewell. I'll see you in like a minute. Do some self-care. I return. Hello. Anyway, ramble about the babies! I can ramble about my babies. That's a thing I can do. I know how to do that. I was just gonna ask, what should we talk about while we cut down some trees? And now I know we're gonna cut down we're gonna talk about babies while we cut down trees. So, for those of you who are unaware, why do I need... Yeah, sure, okay. Oh, bitter tasting sap, yes, okay, thank you. Oh. Hold on. Need to go to the bath. Thank you for redeeming self-care. We need a baby ramble, we will get a baby ramble. So for those of you who do not know, I work in a childcare center with... Oh, we have a cutscene. Okay, one moment. I should have seen this coming. There was discussion about it. I'm not sure the new aroma is very popular, Olive. It is ever so fashionable in the capital. Yes, but people in this town don't like the capital, Olive. Moonbury just needs some time to appreciate it. Oh, welcome. I didn't notice you there. You absolutely did. Are you here to have a new bath? We have some exciting new aromas. Yeah, I'm from the capital, and people don't like them. You've been hearing some less than positive things from our customers lately? Yes. Well, that can't be helped. How about we ask Sheolora to create a signature aromatic for us? Absolutely, I can do that. I'm a potion maker. Using all the ingredients we have on the island? Of course. There are so many resources we could use, right, Sheolora? Yeah. We shouldn't follow trends from other places. Let's set our own trend instead. Good plan, but we'll need a fancy brew for the aromatic. Can you do it? I'll let you decide on the best aroma. You're the expert, after all. Yeah, I can do that. That's chill. We got this. Wonderful. I look forward to smelling our new aromatic. Cool. Right, so, like, I do want to have a bath. And while my character's having a bath, I will do some self-care. Thank you, Celestial Dragon. So yes, for those of you who are unaware, I work at a daycare. And I work with children 18 to like 24 months. One of them's turning 2 very soon. I mentioned that because it's like the oldest in the class. Like, you know, when the oldest in the class is turning 2 very soon, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm very excited about it. So my babies are very important to me. And they're not babies. They are fully toddlers. And yeah, they're my babies. And I love them dearly. So one of the members of the class, I might have talked about this the other day, but I will absolutely talk about it more. One of the members of the class is, they've just started to learn how to use my name to get my attention. And just started entering the phase of watch this and then do something completely mundane and normal and be like, were you paying attention to me? So we get such occasions as, Shay! And I look over, and then they just throw themselves bodily onto a piece of furniture. Shay! And like, you know, they're very big into movement at the moment. They really like gross motor stuff. So they're exploring the world, they're using their bodies, they're jumping up onto a chair and making sure I'm watching. And it's like, yes, that's so cute. Thank you for saying my name. I'm so pleased that I was paying attention for you just hurling yourself onto a table. Well, not a table, a very soft armchair. So that's an incredible thing that I'm privy to. But also, the other day, in adorable news for my children, the other day, I hear the call of Shay, of look at this, and then they point enthusiastically at a tiny, tiny beetle that they have found on the ground. I'm so used to the ones that attack twice. I do actually need to just like slaughter a bunch of honey boas, because I don't have any bear claws. So they just look at a beetle on the ground. They point at it, and they have this questioning look on their face, where they're all like, categorize this for me. There is a creature. There is a creature. I found a creature. What is it? So I'm like, oh, there's a beetle. And they point at the beetle and they go, beetle. Yes, good job. It's a beetle. And we're watching the beetle and I'm, narrating what it's doing. Oh, it's crawling around. Is it having to climb up the grass? It's very small. We need to give it a bit of space because it might be scared. Oh, as they poke near it and it like curls up and stays very still. Well, like, oh, it's staying so still. Is it scared? Is it hiding? And they go, yeah. And so they're learning to be gentle and to give the beetle a bit of space because it's so very small. And they're like, but everybody says I'm so small, but then also everybody says that I'm getting so big. And so I'm like getting them to compare it. I'm being like, is it smaller than your smallest finger? And they're putting their finger up to the very, very tiny beetle. And yeah, Hardly Nikki, hello, welcome. I am playing Potion Game and have been asked to ramble about the babies at the daycare I work for. So I'm just telling you my takeaway stories this week from my babies as I... In the darkness of the night, it is officially nighttime now. I need to keep an eye on that time so we don't pass out from exhaustion as I, gather trees and stuff. Because, I need more iron ore for this quest, but I also, need more wood for the sake of upgrading... bear, please. Upgrading my tools, which is a desperate desire that I have. Oh, yeah, I love them. So they've just, the age group that I work with is probably 18 months to 2 years old. So the oldest of the class is about to be 2, and that's a whole thing. That's a whole exciting thing. Oh, there was more wood behind that tree. Alright, we are going to head home. Why is there a quest at my house? Hi, Osman. Guys, we're probably going to encounter a cutscene. I don't know. I have to brew a thing. Alright, I have to brew a thing. Okay, that's what we're doing. Why is my brewing area so dark? Like, maybe it's because it's very late, but... yeah, so, what were the words I was speaking with my mouth? So they're calling for my attention, and it is the cutest thing, as they just... you know, they're just going about their lives in Shay! It's so cute. Like, oh, I adore them. I adore these kids. And I am trying to find things that I need. Oh, I don't have a yes, I have a tutor site. There we go. Whew. You know, if I were making this potion with things that aren't puzzle pieces, I forgot to, like, move my face cam again so you could see all of the puzzle pieces anyway, whatever. If I were doing it, I'd pay attention to, like, what things do I think are original to the island that smell good. So I do some of the, like, original plants to the island. But no, it's just puzzle pieces, whatever. Right, so. Emergency, emergency! This is fine. I can cure the emergency while still talking about children. So, they're doing the whole Shay and making me look at them while they do, you know, something like they jump onto a cushion. Just your left foot, Cassandra. It's rare that people come in for just one thing. I need to brew a new potion. This is so exciting, everybody. Because we literally, like, yesterday, we just unlocked some new potions, so I should have looked at those last night, but alas, I didn't scroll down. Yes, this thing, which is, I need to upgrade my, clinic again to get this one, but I'm not going to use it unless they tell me I need to. Let's brew. Remember how Stardew used to have a red cross on the front? And they, no, but, like, they had to stop that because of, you know, like, Geneva Convention stuff, right? Just want another thing that does the same shape, yes. Because I don't have that many spores, and the marigold's honestly easier to get. Can't use these, so this is currently the most I have that. And do I have one to the side? I thought I did. I thought I did have a funky to the side thing. But alas, alack, it looks like I do not. It looks as if I do not. I can't use that one, but I can use this. And... oh, earth, yes. That is the thing I have the most of. Yeah, it's a violation of the Geneva Conventions. You can only use a red cross when referring to the Red Cross Foundation. Yeah, fair. Mixstar, hello, hello. How are you? Excellent, excellent. We shall go heal up Cassandra and continue talking about my babies. So, they found a beetle on the ground, and they're fascinated. This is like one of the first times that they're dealing with an animal that small. I mean, we've had caterpillars, but they're like as long as the finger. We've had some caterpillars in the garden. But just tingling. I didn't even have to do a diagnosis for it to tell me tingling. Interesting. Yep. Cool. Time to go beat up some more trees. Made me realize there's a bunch of nurses' costumes at Spirit Halloween that violate Geneva Conventions. What a world we live in. So, yeah, we're doing this exploration of the beetle, and then, like, she's walking around, crouched over like this, looking at the ground. Just... my shirt was at a very inopportune angle there, so that's always fun. Anyway, walking around, checking out the beetles, looking at them. What are they doing? They're crawling around. This is so interesting. There's a point where one of the other educators, because it's a very hot day, we're entering the stage where, like, technically it's spring, but it might as well be summer. It's a very hot day. I think it was like... No, that wasn't the day where it got to 30 degrees, but it's very hot. And so one of the other educators is trying to convince all of the children to, you know, have some water while they're outside. And so they're calling over this child, and they're like, come on, have some water. And I see them look over where the water is, and down at the beetle, and over where the water is. So I think, and I'm like, do you want me to keep watching the beetle so that you know where it is? You know you can come back to it? And they think about it and go, yeah. And they run over as quick as they can, which is not very fast because they're only just learning running. It is, in fact, slower than my walking pace. But to be fair, they've got very, very small, very short legs. And they, as fast as they possibly can, do grab the water. You take a sip of water. Drink, 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 drink. Put the water back. Run back to me. I'm so concerned. And I'm like, it's right over here. And they crouch over and beetle. Yes, the beetle's right over here. Good job. You know the word beetle now. I'm so proud of you. And then we see another one, and they point, and they're like, beetle. And I'm like, oh, there's 2 beetles. And then I point at the beetles individually, and, you know, 1, 2. And they go, 2 beetle. And then we find a 3rd beetle, and they very insistently say, 2 beetle. I know that this child can say 3. Or rather, I know that they can go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because they were counting previously how long they had to keep the ice pack on them when they got a little bump to their head, and it wasn't that bad of a bump, but they were like, when you get a bump to the head, you get an ice pack. Those are the rules. That's what we do. I need an ice pack. So we got an ice pack to emotionally make them feel better. Because, damn, yeah, if at that age you can recognize this is an injury and this is what will make it feel better, I'm gonna back you up 100% on that, kid. And this child was so independent. So they're very insistently holding their own ice pack, and I'm trying to convince them that they're not going to put something very, very cold on their head for a long time. So we're counting it out. Hello! Hello, girl. Dealing with runny and stuffed up nose and sore throat. Oh no, you're looking without your headset on. Hello. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Hope you feel better soon. So I know they can say 3. I know they could have said 2 beetle. But no, 2 beetle. 2 beetle. So I am, just utterly in awe of 2 beetle today, and not today, like this week. And my mother and I occasionally, within our own house, say to each other, 2 beetle. Because that's just the phrase of the week, y'all. The phrase my kids have given me. I also love, like, you know, most places that have a word of the day have deliberate words of the day. Like, you know, the word of the day is defenestrate. It means to throw someone out a window. And it's like, yeah, this is something that you have learned. Which I guess is kind of how it works in my class too, because they're learning the English language for the first time in their lives. In fact, they're learning language for the first time in their lives. So sometimes they're like, this is the word of the day, and that's either for a specific child or for everyone. That is the word that they say a bunch. Wait. really hoping to grab some more spores with only 2 swings there. You wish to defenestrate yourself? Please do not. So, I just love when it's, like, that's the word of the day. Like, we've got an action song with hand actions. Wind, let's do it here. Wind the bobbin up, wind the bobbin up, bow, bow, clap, clap, clap. Wind it back again, bow, bow, clap, clap, clap. Point to the ceiling, point to the floor, point to the window, point to the door. Clap your hands together, 1, 2, 3. Place them gently on your knees. So, you know, it's a song that both gives them meanings for the words, pull, pull, the ceiling, the floor, but also gives them good things to do with their body. Fine motor control for being able to point, so if they start to sing along with us, they get that learning experience. And at first they might just gesture to the window and to the door, and you're like, that's great, you know where the window and the door are. And if they do it before we say the words, they're remembering how the song goes and they're anticipating what we're going to say. And it's like, dude, you're not even 2 yet, good job. So it is an educational song that we sing. Where was I going with this? Oh, yes, words of the day. So there was one child who, word of the day, pull. So they would initiate with me. They'd go, pull, pull. And then I would sing the song and they'd be smiley. But when I'm getting to point to the window, like point to the window, point to the door, like, pull, pull, they only care about the pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. And if I just did the pull, pull, clap, clap, clap for 15 minutes, they'd be satisfied. We've also had, so that, like, word of the day, song of the day, beep, beep, beep is very, very, very popular with my class. You know, the horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. That is their favorite verse. Except maybe shh, shh, shh. Because we have the mommy on the bus goes shh, shh, shh. Which at first I was like, is that really the lesson that we're teaching these kids? That when you're crying, your parents are going to try and make you quieter? But then I realized that it's because shh is one of the hardest sounds to make, and if we get them making that early, it both means they know what we mean when we go shh, shh, shh. In the cot rooms, when other children are trying to sleep, which is so useful, and one of the kids in the class really does go shh, 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 to the other kids in the cot room when they start to make noise, which is so funny as I'm trying to calm a crying child, and another child in the room looks over and goes, shh, shh, shh. Like, yeah, you are supposed to be quiet in these rooms so that people can sleep. Thank you for knowing that. You're doing such a good job, kid. Should we try the, So Zeke said that this was refreshing, so I'm hoping it gives us back, oh yes, some stamina. But yeah, there'll be like words of the day, songs of the day. So sometimes it's songs, often it's songs, because my kids are really engaged with music. They're at that age. You just came in and I'm new. Do you work at pre-K? I do, yes. I'm telling stories about work and about the kids in my care, who are, the oldest is about to turn 2. So I work with the babies, wobblers, toddlers age. Not quite babies, they're mostly next door. Oh yeah, that's not an actual rock. So yeah, I work with that lovely, delightful age where they're learning to walk and learning to talk and learning how the world works. Welcome in. I'm also like, you know, a kind of grinding in fun potion game that I adore, but like for the most part, I'm talking about the kids at work because I was asked to. You're on a surprise break during cleaning. I hope you enjoy your surprise break. I'm talking about my kids. You go to sleep now. Sleep well, Shadow. I'm still gonna continue talking about my kids, even if you're not here to see it. Please, my dude, I have so many mains. I do not need more of the drop you have. Please leave me alone. I have like 30 of those things. I used some for quests recently. How many do I actually have? Hold on. 23. I have 23 mains. I don't need more. I do need more wood, so we're getting more wood. I also need more iron ore, which I think I might be able to get here. But, like, I've destroyed pretty much all of the stones in the other area, so... Okay, I'm gonna have to murderify this one. Okay, and then we cut down the tree! Your voice soothes me for some reason. Please do. It helps you sleep. Excellent, excellent, yes. Telling horror stories about my babs? Yeah. So, you get songs of the day. You get, Beep, 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 so popular. And just this one day where this kid is pull, 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 all day, just pull, pull. Nothing else, no other part of that song. And then I try it the next day, and they don't care about pull, pull today. Don't care about pull, pull today. But sometimes, when they've just learned a word, you get the, You get, like, you know, pillar is the word of the day. Caterpillar. They didn't pick up on the catter, but they picked up on pillar. So they would tell you when there's a caterpillar. They're really, really good at informing, hey, there's a caterpillar over here. Or at least they were in that day. I haven't heard them say pillar in, like, probably a significant amount of time. But there was one point where they are just yelling at me across the play, across the play area, pointing, distressed, into the tunnel. Pillar! Like, honey, is there a caterpillar in the tunnel? Pillar! Okay. Do you want the caterpillar to not be in the tunnel? Pillar! Do you want me to fix it? Fix it! So I got a piece of paper and I moved the caterpillar, and then they were totally fine. And one of the other educators sees me moving something on a piece of paper, and they're like, oh, what is that? Because they're, like, scared of bugs. And the kid just goes, pillar. Because, you know, they know that word. They know that word. Word of the day. I love word of the day with my not quite 2-year-olds. It's so good. It's like, this is the word we know. One of the kids has figured out long of all day long, because the wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. They don't sing along to anything except beep, 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 and long. And I love that. I think it's so charming. And I'm so, like, emotionally attached to this little class of not quite 2-year-olds. I love them so much. Your son is 2.5 and non-speaking. He loves to do shh, shh, shh with wheels on the bus. I'm so excited when he did it. Yes, yes! Like, when I first started working with children, I didn't get why we had shh, shh, shh as a line. Because I much prefer the line, like, on an emotional level. I prefer the line of, like, after the babies on the bus go wah, 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 which partially you do sometimes to engage the child that is crying. You're like, this is what you're doing. One of the kids in my class figured out the connection between us saying wah, wah, wah and actually crying, and would do really realistic fake crying for that verse, so we all had to, like, emotionally brace ourselves. She's gotten to the point where she's no longer doing that because she's realized that it makes us distressed. But, like, the mummies on the bus say, I love you, as, like, an emotional and supportive message, I like so much more. It wasn't until the kids started going, shh, 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 that I was like, oh, that's the point. That's a really, like, developmentally, educationally, them being able to make that sound and to know what it means is so important. So I understand why we do things now, and it's really interesting because we had a professional development meeting recently where we were talking about, like, how as early years educators we undersell ourselves. We talk about they're going to daycare and alright, we'll do one more fish. We got time. Like, yeah, it's daycare, and what did they do today? They had a good day. They ran around. We had lots of cuddles. We don't say They were learning about how their body moves in the space that they're in, and they practiced their emotional regulation skills and emotional problem solving. We don't say they were learning about color. We say they did some painting or they played with paint. We undersell ourselves and how much education we are giving these kids. I love the philosophy of learning through play, and that's something that's super important to the early years school where I work. The learning through play. Let's make some potions because we've got some new potions. If Shay weren't aromantic and or asexual, you bet they would have thought of having their own biological kids. Perhaps adoption would be feasible. We might adopt one day, but my mum really wants to adopt. I don't really care. Come on. It'd be so useful if I could do that. All of the materials I want are in the fire thing for that chick. But yeah, I've never really wanted biological children. It's never really been an interest for me. Like my mom is interested in adopting. I, at one point, thought that I might adopt, but honestly, I think that I have done this the best way possible. Damn it, that shape keeps being useful. I think I've done this the best way possible. I am taking care of other people's children, and I'm getting the experience of caring about children and learning what they're doing from that. And I'm not having to... Where's the cross? There's the contact. I'm not having to... I get to give them back! I give the children... I get amazing, awesome experiences with these kids, and then I get to give them back and see them the next day or the next week. I can sleep my whole night through and I don't have to worry about, is the child sleeping? Is the child still alive? I don't have to worry about it. It's great. It's brilliant. We love that. We love not having to worry about whether the child is alive or not in the middle of the night. Oh. Doesn't matter your parent regardless of age or existence. Yes, exactly. Part of the reason your chat's parents. Excellent, yeah. Your church, you have something called nursery, and you helped one day a little girl said, look, as you walked over and looked at her, she started complimenting a drawing of hers. You're about to do something else. You got bombarded with kids trying to get you to compliment the drawing. Yes, yes. Oh, that's my favorite thing. When I compliment a child on something, or I like interact with a child. We've had this recent trend of someone pulling up their shirt to show their belly button, and I'll like lean forward and go, belly, 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 on their belly. Or I'll be like, have you found your belly button? That's your belly. Yes, can you show me where your belly button is? And they point out, I'm like, oh, yeah, good job. That's where your belly button is. And so then like 3 other children come over and pull up their shirts to show me their belly button. They're like, me too, I also have a belly. Yes, you do, sweetheart. Yes, you do. I love them so much. It's incredible. So attached to the kids in my class. I adore them. You understand? They have just created and shared a meme. Maybe? No, I've never once had that thought. Name one instance where you had to parent me. The belly button thing is a meme. They also... Okay, so I'm a big fan of, like, stimming with the kids. It's great. It keeps me engaged. It keeps the kids engaged. Just make an entirely earth-based potion, sure. So I do this thing where I go, and it's just, you know, making that sound with the tongue, which I figure when they copy along with, it gives them more fine motor control of their tongue, and also it helps them make the sound, because that is one of the hardest sounds to make. I mean, you hear when people make fun of the way children speak all the time, they say, like, they replace the L sound. Kid can't make the L sound. Well, my kids can, because we go la 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 to each other. And so one of the kids copies that. And I'm like, good job, those are some good noises. And so everyone else tries to copy la 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 la, even if it's just... And they're not making sound, but they're like, moving their tongue side to side. And I will call them out. I'll be like, I see you moving your tongue, good job. And then they beam and they're so happy and they do it again. I love that I work in an environment where I can go blah, 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 blah. And I get told that I'm being productive, just going blah, 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 as I walk around. I think that's nifty. So you get those trends of, like, the thing of the day is pull, pull, or beep, 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 and everyone's saying it, but, like, especially this one little kid is saying that beep, beep, beep's their thing for that day. I have, like, the ingredients for this, so I'm just making this one over and over again to get rid of some ingredients, to sell it off, and also to unlock the save a recipe. So that's what we're doing. You're enough for Shay? Yeah. Shadow, you gotta stop eating the floor, my dude, okay? Like... My floors. That makes no sense to anyone who isn't usually here, but that's an ongoing joke in my chat. Shadow eats the floors. I gotta get more of that. It's, like, so annoying because these things are, like, the most annoying material for me to source. And they're so good at stuff. Nope, not you. This one. This. You'll eat the windows and the walls. Don't eat my walls. If you can eat windows, good luck. Good on you. Yeah, I just... Gosh, I'm having such a good time working in childcare. Oh, whoa, I pressed the wrong buttons. Yes, this. Such a good time. It's great. Having a blast just walking around going and giving emotional support to my kiddos. One of the kids is, like, scared of crows. And it's really interesting. I never figured that I'd have to, like, work out a fear like that. But, you know, every time there's a crow perched up above us on the branches, they're giving me signals that maybe we should go inside now. Like, thought it over, giving it some thought. It's time to go inside. And I'm like, we don't, like, we're not allowed to go inside right now. I'm sorry. Inside's closed. And one of the times I was like, oh, okay, we'll go inside. But they're pointing up at the bird and making a shooing motion and then hiding by me. And, like, they're very clear nonverbal communication that I am distressed about the bird. And I don't think we should stay here where the bird is. Like, Damn, okay. Thanks for letting me know. I'll do what I can to help you get away from the bird. That's my job. Or to teach you that the bird is okay and it's not going to hurt you. And to shield you with my body so that you feel safe and secure in this environment that we are both in. That's my job. That I'm there for the kids. I'm there to give emotional support to the kids. Oh, Mariel! No, Mariel! So, I hope you've enjoyed this ramble about my kids. I feel like I've left foot, right knee. Okay, I feel like I've successfully rambled about them. So, I don't have to keep going, but I'm so happy to talk about my kids. I'm really enjoying childcare. I will read the messages in chat 1 second. I have a rhythm game that I have to pay attention to. There we go. Certified memeologist, I'm really not. Work thing coming up, be back in 40 minutes. Goodbye. Hope work goes well. I have a neutralizing herbal bomb for you. I try to keep all of the potions I would possibly need on hand. You can sell these things, but I keep like 2 on me at all times and then sell the excess. I haven't tried drinking them yet. Like, I haven't seen if they'll like heal me. I really like all of the rhythm games. I think... Not rhythm, like all of the mini games. I think it's good to have so many little mini games and the thing. And if and when I make my own potion game, which will be a phone game, I want to do something like that. My kids are fascinated with phones at the moment. Both like trying to take the phones that we use as camera phones because they're cheaper than getting everyone actual cameras, and we can just, instead of like having to fiddle around with SIM cards, we can just like, you know, Wi-Fi them to the server. I'm pressing all of the wrong buttons. I was making sure that you guys had the best vision that you can. Okay, I've got a table now. And I kind of want to put it over here. I wanted to put it there, but like that's not right. Okay, hold on. Jay, let's move things. How do I remove it? Because Jay is edit. Can I, or misc? Select, That's interesting. I'm not sure how to say I don't want to have this anymore. I have place and cancel. I'm thinking like, what if I move this over? And then I get the desk and I like put it in this corner? That could be interesting. And then I want to get the chair. Like put it there, so that's like a little study corner. I think that's kind of cute. Actually. Wait, let's. If I get the flower pot. Oh, it takes up more space than that. I was thinking like put the flower pot in that corner. That'd be so cute. Wait, no, I do want to decorate more. Let me know what you think I should do. We're doing this here. Lighting. I have a little oil lamp that goes in the corner. Yes. But like, how do I get rid of the... Like, I want to get rid of this broken sofa. Get rid of this corner for now, and then chair blue sofa as this sort of divider, making there be like a little sitting room. I want... Can I move the rug more? That could be interesting there. I don't know how to take things away yet. But the room's looking real cute. Here's the stuff I've purchased. I've purchased the bookshelf and the table and chair and the little lantern up there. Let's move my face. And the plant and this sofa. This sofa came with it. This broken rug came with it. But like all of the new stuff in the room, the bed came with it. All of the new stuff? All of the stuff that looks like it's not falling apart? I've done. I don't know how to like unplace items just yet. But it's looking real cute. Okay, let's see. I think we've got to go back out here because we don't have enough iron ore yet, and I still need to grab some wood. So let's do that. You know this, but your job is just you making memes for children, copy and share to help with brain development. I mean, it's a little bit like that. If you just look at memes as trends, then yeah. But it's not just making, it's like sharing other people's as well, because, you know, it's not like I make all of the songs that we sing. But it is also, you know, a lot of the songs that I sing are parodies. So, like, they're not parodies that I've made, but you know, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, which you can also have the English translation of with Brother John, are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Well, I heard from my dad a version that is, I hear thunder, so do you, so do you. So I sing that when there's thunderstorms. But I also sing that with, I try to get the kids to tap at the floor or a table or something, so it's like, I hear thunder, I hear thunder. Because I'm trying to teach them the skill of tapping on the ground so that when we do our acknowledgement of country, because it's really important to us to do an acknowledgement of country, to say, this land was never ceded. This is the land of this local group of Indigenous Australians. And we acknowledge their claim to the land. We thank them for allowing us to use it for this purpose. And we're teaching the children about the history and about their language. So when we're doing acknowledgement of country, we have a way to get the kids involved, where we pat the ground and we say, like, this is the land, and we reach up. This is the sky. Here are my friends, and here am I. Hands up, hands down, and then we pat the ground again. We are on the local group's name, ground. And so I want to incorporate that patting the ground into more things, both to reinforce the behavior and because it's a learned skill. Like, it's not something you'd intuitively think to do. And if you do intuitively think to do it when other people are doing it, it's because you've learned that behavior. It's learned behavior. So I want to incorporate that into more things so they start getting involved with our little routine of doing an acknowledgement of country and going through like the rules and the agreements of the studio space before they go on to do their fundamentally education-based arts. Because they're too young to make a picture of something. But they're old enough to spread some paint around and see how it changes colors and figure out what texture it is. And if one day we give them dye and the next we give them paint and the next day we give them a non-Newtonian fluid, they'll be like, why are all of these things different? What does it feel like? And that's the point. They're exploring the world. Every moment is new to them. They're figuring out the rules of existence, and I'm just there to help them in that journey. Which I think is really cool. I think, like, my job is so cool. I'm still trying to figure out how to content create while I'm spending 3 days with, like, no time because I'm going to work and teaching kids about the way the world works. Hello, Ab. You wear glasses so naturally. Little kids find them fascinating. Because you have thick frames. You know these kids won't break them. Good. You tend to allow any small child to hold them and find out what glasses are. Yes! Oh my goodness. Yes, it's so good. Of course, with thin frames, you'd never do that, because if the kids break them, the kids will cry, yeah. I love when my kids are able to articulate problems, like, it's broken, which might just mean that it's not working the way they intended it to. Like, it might be the thing with wheels won't move because it's stuck. But I know this thing is supposed to move. It's broken. So when the kids can say, broken, fix it, which is fix it, when they can ask for help, like some of my kids know how to say, help, and I'll look over, I'll hear help, and I'll look over, and they're just like holding their shoe up to their foot, and they can't figure out how to get it on. Which is a problem I know how to solve. But I also love when they can articulate that they're stuck, or when something else is stuck. So carrying me a bottle that has like a gum nut stuck in it, and being able to say, stuck, fix it. So good. They do not have a firm grasp on the English language, and I am so proud of them. But what they are able to say, they're doing so good. And I love being able to solve their problems when they can articulate them to me. But there was also one particularly memorable time where one of the kids in my class had wedged themselves between a table and a shelf, and they were wearing a very puffy jacket that day, and they sure tried to get out. They wiggle, stop, wiggle, and so they look up at me and they go, stuck, and I could not help but laugh. Oh, it's a Friday, damn. I could not help but laugh. I was so amused. I was like, oh, are you stuck, are you? Here, let me help. And I just shift the table slightly so that they can wiggle out. Like, I'm not fully solving the problem, but I'm making it easier for them to wiggle out. And I remember that moment with such joy. Okay, we gotta take this to Meyer. Take this to Meyer. I love the kids in my care. They're so good. Oh, hi, Mar. Hello. Hi. First of all, greetings. Second of all, here. A gift. You've got them? Wonderful. Let's head over to Hearts and Sparks together. Hearts and Sparks. I can't figure out if they have... I can never figure out if people pronounce their R's or not. You want me to create all this within a week? Yeah. That ain't gonna come cheap. Although I suppose you did already provide the materials. You make me provide my own materials anyway, Runeheart. Whatever the cost is, I'm willing to pay it. This is for the good of everyone in town, including yourself. Thank you for being, like, a good representative of the people. Thank you for being a good voice of the people. We need more good leaders. Wow. Also, hello, Av. I did say that, right? I feel like I said that. Pretty sure I said hi. Not sure anymore. So I hope you don't mind working more swiftly than usual. Although to the same standard, of course. How do you do that with your mouth, Runeheart? Okay, give me a couple of days. I'll give them to the Rangers. Thank you, Runeheart. We adore you. You're incredible. Thank you for doing blacksmith stuff. Thank you for being so helpful, Shaylora. I really couldn't have done this without you. The needs of the townsfolk are my top priority. There's a British lilt to that, but we're accepting it. I've moved my face over too early, so it looks weird. There we go. There's... Anyway. This one's closed. Might sort some bottles. That's 12. Doing pretty good. Dang it, I had a thing to had a thing to words. I had a thing to words? What was my thing to words? Bum, 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 bum. Nope. My brain's just coming up with ideas for my potion game. Like, I want it to be a phone game. Ooh, production sorter achievement. Let's check this. It's too late for that. It's too late for that. But like, these are both glitched. I've done this one. I've absolutely done this one. I have the advanced fishing rod, and this one won't load up whenever I go there. Like, it is still technically within the period, but I cannot get there in 20 in-game minutes. I cannot get there in 10 in-game minutes. I think we're going to sleep. I'd love to brew some more potions of the new stuff, but I feel like I need this to do it well, and I don't have that. Well, I'm out of this material. Okay, I guess I gotta go hunt down some bears. Bears? Bears. No, I had thoughts. They vanished. Sneaky thoughts. See, if I just had the sunflower. Let's make it so you guys can see better. If I had the sunflower. Anyway. Right, I was going to tell you about all of the things that I am overthinking. Here's a complete list of the things that my brain is putting too much thought into. So we've already hashed over some of my plans of how to rearrange my face cam and stuff. I'm not bothering with my overthinking the D&D stuff other than because I'm going to be streaming D&D next month. Which starts tomorrow, but not tomorrow. I will be streaming a D&D thing that I am running. I think I already did that one. No, I think I did a lot of this. Was it this one? Okay, I don't have much of this. So I haven't talked in great detail about how I'm planning to make it, you know, accessible to those who wish to see it. I'm trying to get used to what zigzaggy things we have. I can do this, I just need to find the right curvy thing. What curvy thing goes in that direction? None of the ones I have access to. Right, it's only the spores. So... Ah! 2 daisies. There we go. Gotta get some more daisies. Genuinely tempted to start a real-life shopping list for this. For ingredients I'm running low on this game. I talked a little bit earlier. Okay, we don't have much Thunder Kiss. Oh no, this one I am gonna struggle to do without that. Okay, let's do it. Let's try. Let's make an attempt. Oh no, this is fine actually. Yeah, I was talking about like some of my clothing plans, like how I wanted to make a sort of fantasy vest that looks like a cross between a like leather hide shirt or leather hide like waistcoat and a like a waistcoat made of dead leaves because I want to dress like a fairy. But I also have plans for, you know, things that make no sense. I think I can make another one of these. blah, 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 blah. Things that make no sense, such as, or not, no, yeah, like, I don't know if I would wear a mushroom skirt, because I'm very, very non-binary. But, like, gotta be real, the temptation to make a mushroom skirt. You know, I think I actually need... No, I don't think I need tasteless sap. I don't know, maybe I need that thing anyway, whatever. Hello, Rosewood, hi, how are you? Okay, we've cooked that one up. I haven't done this one much, but that's because this one is intimidating. No, I don't have many sunflowers. Let's keep the sunflowers. I am overthinking things. Welcome to me overthinking things. Yeah, I can do that. Right? Bam. Bam. Yes. Excellent. Rosewood? I ran out of go. That's what I said, but I meant to say redwood. Oh, there's the headache. Apparently I should stop for lunch soon anyway. How are you going? I hope that you're doing better than you were yesterday. I apparently don't have much stock. Also, I need to make a herbal drop. Ready for how easy it is to make this? Yeah, I'll make one of these. I have 3 recipes to choose from. Chose the one that I have ingredients for. It would have been real embarrassing if I was missing ingredients for all of them. And there we go. Look at my little bedroom. It looks so cute. I really love this little studying area. I'm enjoying it. Still, I'm not sure how to get rid of those. So, you know, that might be a thing that I look up, like, right now. Ignore the fact that there's an emergency going on in-game. I'm looking up on the internet how to decorate. It's getting warm. Gosh, what temperature is it? 23 degrees. Lovely. I mean, according to the thing, my room is enclosed. The sun faces. It's probably warmer in here. It's probably around 24, maybe 25 in here. 23 kind of sounds right, but I think it's warmer than that. Anyway, ocean permit decorating. Hopefully that's thing. I definitely said rosewood, and you're doing fine. That's great. I'm so glad. No. No. Decorative mind. Collect 10 pieces of furniture. But no, it's not telling me how to move. Well, not move. Remove furniture. Okay. Let's see. Potion permit guides. Yes. Excellent. Health and clinic upgrade. Don't care about the upgrade. I want decoration. I am going to take a brief look at the cooking and food guide because I unlocked the kitchen. I did the kitchen stuff. I have not looked at the cooking thing. So like, cooking. You need to learn the recipe, gather ingredients, interact with your kitchen. Eating food restores energy and or health. I don't actually care that much, thanks. Materials, no. Alright, I'm assuming it's in the house and clinic upgrade guide. I just want to see how to decorate my house, come on. It takes so long to load. House upgrades. House expansion. 1, 2, upgrades. Failing to load. Okay. Internet, not giving me the information I would like. Let's go. I probably only have a couple more days of gameplay, maybe 2 or 3 more days of gameplay left. Yo, someone in the second bed. Victor, I'm so sorry that you hurt. Oh, buddy, you got 3 injuries. Your left shoulder. I don't need the intermediate serum. Like, I'll probably... Ooh. Damn. I keep expecting there to be 3, because there's usually only 3. So, the fact that there were 4 threw me off there. I always do, like, the diagnosis minigames, so I don't think I'm ever going to, like, need the serums. However, I do want to, like, upgrade the clinic for the sake of making it, like, look better. And being a good chemist. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Again with the pattern. I tend to be quite good at memory games. As I just can't, like, talk to chat while I'm doing them. What else do you need? I probably have it brewed already. Yeah, nice. This is why we spent so long last night brewing. Oh, I should have it over here so you can see more. Where else? Neck, eye, left eye. This is only a basic serum one. But I do need to, like, do a little dodging game. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a 6-hour stream. Because my goal was 25. And we got gifted 100 subs. So... Oh, you guys, or specifically Leopard, definitely unlocked the 6-hour stream. So that's my goal for tomorrow. I have some plans with some friends. I've got a game. I bought a game last night for it, actually. No problem. Victor. So... yeah, let's take a look at this cooking thing, honestly. We got the kitchen all thingied. You can start cooking in the kitchen in your house. Each dish requires some specific materials and a recipe. Okay, cool. Fish and chips. Requires pink meat. So I need to discover the things first? Like, I can't even make these? We only know what's on. Grilled fish. Just. Oh no, that's just white fish. Yo, let's make some grilled fish. There's a little animation. That's cute. Okay, I kind of want to just, like, let's make a few, you know? Let's make a couple of grilled fish. Hopefully that's gonna do something for me. And, you know, I always have, like, grilled fish meatball. That is the shape of garlic. Where can I find garlic? That'll be in the new area. Okay, I need potato for that one, and probably that is the shape of fish, but it's not pink and it's not white. Types of fish are there? I can make milkshakes. Cool. I need an apple before I can make mixed salad. I can make mushroom soup. Great. We've unlocked the kitchen. Can't use most of it yet. Let's head back up here because I am low on supplies, and this is, you know, the new area. I will have to go through and collect some of the old supplies, but oof, I think I'm buying the sickle, the upgraded sickle first. Anyway, I've, like, briefly talked about the potion game I want to make a couple of times, but I haven't given any actual, like, details on that. So I think I'll talk about that a little bit. I want it to be a phone game. And I want there to be a couple of different workspaces. I want it to have an inventory management aspect. Wait, I need to fight some of these things. So I know there's going to be an inventory management aspect. Ow. Die, perish. These things are so annoying to fight. Please stop. Ow. Perish. I'm just gonna continue hitting them with a hammer. 1, 2, 3. Probably could do 4. Back off. Okay. 1. Hit. Hit. We're just gonna keep hitting them with a hammer, because then they go over. Then we need to back up as soon as they stop. I have to learn the pattern for those. Oi, I don't want to deal with you right now, buddy. Okay, no, what I really need to do is I need to get cold blooms. I also need to get those things right. That's why I've unlocked the next area. Well, not quite unlocked. I got the next approval. Well, the next chemistry thing will allow me. I've got the badge. It will allow me to get the next approval rating. I will need to do that. We're talking to the mayor. Big stretch. Oh, okay. Stretch. Oh. Thank you for the stretch and the stuff. Yeah, so I want to make a phone potion game where you have to gather the ingredients and cook potions. I want the ingredients to be specific to the potions. Like, I want it to be important what you put in the potions. I would love for them to be based on real-world science or real-world pseudoscience. Like, you know, things where you have to ask yourself, is this actual science or is this just, like, a belief that people have had at some point in time? Because, like, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it's not real science, it's just pseudoscience. But either way, I think it'd be cool to, like, you know, root something in that, and then I have a basis and I don't just have to make up, like, ah yes, this is a golden bloom flower. I don't know if that's a real type of flower. It's good at stuff. Good at stuff. Hey, friend. Have some food. Do you like grilled fish? You only like it, you don't love it. See, the dog loves fish and chips, but I can't make that yet. Excellent, that did give me a stamina boost. This is why I'm like, let's get into the cooking side of things, because I feel like I need that, that ability to stamina boost. And, like, knowing that root beer gives me a bit of a stamina boost, I can go and buy some root beer from Yorn. Because, like, I think I'm gonna have to go to... It's 12 on a Saturday. I changed my mind. I'm going to the Heart and Sparks because I want to upgrade my weapons, but then I'm gonna go to the bathhouse. Because... like, I'm out of energy, and there's still potion ingredients that I don't have, so I think I'm gonna have to do a major grind today. But yeah, I'm thinking, is this game on Steam? It is on Steam, yes. This game, Potion Permit, is on Steam. It came out, like, last Saturday. So this is, like, day 6 of it being out, as far as I'm aware. Come on, come on. Shut. Yeah. Oh my goodness. They're actually going to cost me money. Don't worry, I have enough to buy all of this twice. Effectively. The question is, do I go for the axe first? I think, as much as I want the sickle, it's not going to help me get wood, which I'm going to need to upgrade the rest. So I think I'm going with the axe first. That way I have the ability to get more wood to upgrade the rest of my tools faster. I have a decent amount of stone right now, but I'm always a little short on wood. Let's do that. Oh, hello. We have a quest, apparently. Hi. We've just unlocked the friendship event. Yep. So, this is the new aromatic. I'll put it on our list and see what feedback we get from our customers. Thanks. Oh, we get a more. The new aroma you guys have is very refreshing. I feel energized. Yay! How lovely that you're enjoying our new aroma. I could smell a sort of fruity scent, and it's not overpowering at all. It was just right. It's good. It's good. Thank you for letting us know. We hope to see you again. Her eye is sort of wonky when she looks straight on, which I think is really interesting, because it only happens with the moving sprite, I think. Laura, your new aromatic's a huge hit. Everyone loves it, and we're almost out of stock. I think we might need to restock soon. Anyway, thank you for the recipe. Absolutely. I'm sure it's going to make a lot of people happy. Better than whatever y'all had previously. And you gave me orchids for that? Oh, thanks. Okay. We're doing bath things, self-care time. Do a little self-care. Yeah, so, like, I don't know, I keep, like, stopping and starting talking about it. Are people interested in hearing the plans I have for my own potion game that I want to make one day? Like, oh, Leanna's here. You've got a sword! I want a sword. Too peaceful for me liking. Leanna, I adore you. Going over here. Sure, okay. Hey, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday! Oh, the new axe is so shiny. So shiny. Okay, so, let's start the spiel where I usually start it. You guys know that I love Minecraft. And you might not know because I don't do it much on streaming, but my favorite thing to do in Minecraft is to brew potions. I mean, I'm kind of a builder now, but like, oh, nice. I was a potion brewer. It is, it's one of my favorite things. The thing that makes Minecraft potions so awesome is that you have to you. You usually attack twice. What's up with you today? Guess that one already attacked me once the other night. Yeah, you have to collect the materials. And they're not always, like, easy to get. Like, regeneration potions in Minecraft, which is one of, you know, probably one of the most useful potions, needs you to get a Ghast tier, which is hard to do, because not only is it a rare drop from mob, but it like, that mob often floats over lava pools, and no, stop. I don't need more of your drop. Yeah, that mob floats over lava pools and makes it difficult to get. Bruh. It's a rare resource. And it makes such a badass potion. And so I love the fact that you have to go out in the world and explore to get your potion materials, which is one of the things that really attracted me to this game. I was like, wow, finally, they've got a game where I have to explore to get my resources. Have I gathered the rare stuff from here today? I feel like I haven't. Let's go check. Like, I'm not sure if I have. Okay, I have. Cool. Going to meta range. I know I'm low on... Wait, what am I low on? I'm low on daisies. I'm low on iron ore, even though it's useful. I'm low on black fur. I'm, like, out of black fur. Daisies I really need. Am I low on... I mean, I gathered some basil recently. I'm still pretty low on basil. Okay, I'm going to get some basil. And some spores. Excellent. I need to get some daisies. I need to get some of the stone tools. Anyway, yeah. So I wanted there to be an aspect of rarity with the potion ingredients. What's the game going to be on? My game is going to be a mobile game. That's just all the planning of, like... I don't play mobile games. But I'd love to be able to take this game with me and just, like, you know, play it whenever I like. And, yeah, all of, like, the planning that I've done indicates that it's going to be a mobile game. Even so far as the layout. I don't know how to make a PC game, but, like, it definitely seems like a phone game. Maybe during production, if I ever get that far, I'll, like, figure out that actually I can make this a PC game. But, yeah, it seems like phone game is the way to go. I need to get the daisies. I need to get the daisies. Let's go. You need a playtester, you'd not mind helping? Thank you. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool to, like, make it on stream. I'd have to do some research and stuff. But yeah, I want the potions. Okay. So, for a phone game, you know how you can have, like, different tabs in games? It's gonna have different tabs. It's going to have... Oh, thanks. I really don't need this much garlic, kid. Okay. So it's going to have your workbench, your garden... No, put it this way. Workbench, garden, larder. Because one of my lovely parental figures pointed out to me that, hey, it'd be really cool if you could, like, yeah, you only have limited storage and stuff, and so... It's so funny, because I hate inventory management. I hate when you have limited storage in a game. But when I'm designing a game, my brain's like, ooh, limited storage, inventory management. Because I feel like the scarcity of ingredients for potions is one of the things that makes potions so cool. I'm not at all surprised that there's an emergency. I was fully expecting one. So, like, I was planning... I don't want to punish ADHD. Because it's a thing you do with phone games, where you like... We're going to this screen so you guys can see what's happening over here better. Yeah, it's a thing with phone games where you want people to keep coming back throughout the day. So there'd be bonuses for, like, checking in and watering the plants in your garden. But I don't want there to be punishments for forgetting. Like, I've tried a few apps of, like, you know, keep track of how much water you drink and grow these plants while you're at it. And then if you like go away for a weekend or your phone runs out of battery at the start of the day and you come back and your plants are withering and like they're all sad, it's like that discourages me from playing your game. I don't want to encounter a thing where it's like, yeah, you're gonna grow plants in this game. You'll have some of the most basic ingredients that you don't, you want to have sitting ready at all times, like the equivalent of nether wart in Minecraft. You don't want to have to go out and get it every time you make a potion. So you just have those basic things, maybe like some aloe vera, maybe some honey growing in your garden. And when they're ready, they're ready. There's not going to be an overripe stage. Although I might have it be like, you can grow poppies, and there's a stage you can harvest them for the petals, which will probably be rarer. Like, I don't know what you'd use poppy petals in, because usually it's poppy seeds. So, like, poppies, they grow in the flower, and then they wither back to the bulb, and the bulb, is, like, the main thing that's used in potions, or concoctions, stuff like that. So, there might be, like, if you get to it early enough, if your time management is good, there's a stage that, that you could use in potions. But it's not going to be like, oh, you didn't check in on your plants and now they're dead and you have to start from scratch, where you, like, have to spend a thing to revive the plant. I don't want that. I don't want to limit. I don't want to punish forgetfulness or being busy. Even though I want there to be, those little, it's a phone game, so, like, you get bonuses if you check in. Alright, I can get 4, and then and then just pound, 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 pound. It's getting up, so, oh, yes. Getting better, I'm getting better at that. Let's get another one. Way. Stop backing off in this way. Pound. Pound. No. Ouchie. I hate the thing that it throws stuff at you, and I hate that it doesn't damage my enemies too. Pound. Pain. Pain. Okay. So not worth it. So not worth it. Okay, but I am actually using you in things. So we'll gather that. Cool. Okay, work is ended and you're heading off home. Welcome to your journey home, Leopard. Things are going pretty decent. I'm talking about the potion game that I have not made but have plans for. So how would gathering non-growable resources, or that can only be found in the wildness, if you're doing that? Yes. So you can grow resources. You can also find things in the wild, and there are some things that you can only find in the wild you can't grow, right? I do also want to mention that, like, I want there to be, like, a skill tree, so if you've played The Sims, you might be familiar with the mechanic of, like, when the Sims cook, they start off making poor quality dishes, and then the more that their cooking skill, improves, they make, like, fine quality dishes and excellent quality dishes, until especially if they're, like, in a cooking job, they start making, like, master quality dishes. I want it to be something like that, where the more you do a skill, the more you level up. And at first you can only, grow the basic things, but then you can grow more. At first, when you're gathering things from the wild, you can only gather kind of okay quality things. But the better you get, the higher rank of things you can get, like the higher difficulty you can get, but also the better quality. So I want a quality system, which is going to be interesting. And I want you to be able to gather things, but I also want you to be able to only get some resources from some places. Like there's mushrooms that you can collect, and mushrooms do a thing, right? But I feel like mushrooms in the caves do different things to the mushrooms in the forest, for example. Or maybe you can find mushrooms and mushrooms in the caves and the forest. But I'm just like trying to figure out what heals my health. Apple juice is freaking amazing, and we know that. You can find mushrooms and in the caves and the forest, but you can only find, I don't know, like sphagnum moss in the forest. You can't find that in the caves. Stuff like that makes sense. My dog is begging me for some food. Hold on. So, there's this whole thing of like, where are you going to go to get your ingredients? What's your plan there? Not proficient potency, then expertise. Yeah. Proficiency, then expertise. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah, that as you do things more, you get better at it, you get more skills. So I want there to be a leveling system, but like on several different ways. Like you've got your overall level, but then you've got skill tree, and you can put points into, do you want to be better at growing things? Do you want to be better at harvesting things? Etc. So I want there, like, I know I want there to be mini games all over. So if you have to crush an ingredient before you can use it in a potion, you gotta like put it up to the mortar and pestle, and then maybe there's this like reaction mini game where you have to tap 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 like different parts of the screen as they light up. I haven't actually thought about like mini games for smaller details like that, but the more I'm playing this, I'm like, it should have an aspect like that. Actually, we're gonna go over here because I want to go to Heart and Sparks. Yeah, they should be open. I know that I want there to be a mini game of some sorts for collecting things from the wild. I'm just not sure what it would be. Like, okay, so I know an aspect of it is that there is, I should say hi to Runeheart today because I haven't. I should also say hi to you today, I guess. Nope, shop. Axe sickle, please. Haha, axe sickle. When your axe get real cold. Okay, so I need 375 for the hammer. But I don't know if I want the gardening, foraging, hunting, brewing, and seasoning. Interesting. Right, so I know that there will be. Oh, thank you for self-care check. Thank you. So I know that there will be ways to gather things from the wilderness. And I've had it recommended to me that, you know, you have a certain amount of energy per day so that people don't play too much, but like they have to keep coming back. And like you have 5 energy per day to go exploring. It takes 1 energy to go to the woods just next door. It takes 3 energy to get to the beach. It takes 5 energy to go to the snowy mountains because it's further away from you. So you have these different levels, and you can maybe a mix of fine Waldo and tile matching. Those are definitely thoughts that I have had. So you go to these different locations, and you can get different resources from the different locations, and you have to unlock them as you go. Like first, you can only go to the forest. You can do it a couple of times a day, and then at the end, it's like, wow, you can travel so far to get your goods. But, you know, you can only go to few places if you're going to, like, the further places. But then I'm not sure what it is when you get there, because doing something like the ingredient gathering in this game, which you just saw a bunch of, because that's what I was doing while I was rambling about this, doing something like that, not as feasible in a phone game. I can't really have like a roguelike world where you explore and things replenish. It has to be a minigame of some sort. So when you're looking at different ingredients, what are the ways that I can choose which ingredients to get? Because I know there's an inventory management aspect where ingredients, I want them to be different sizes and you have to like puzzle piece them into your bag to take them home with you. So it could be tile matching. It could be you have a certain amount of space in your bag and as soon as your bag's full, you have to go home. But, you know, memory game, match the tiles, get the ingredient you want. It could be a hidden in picture. So you have the scene and I'm like, I'm gonna get that rose and bring it home. I'm gonna get that rose and bring it home. I'm gonna get that mushroom and bring it home. And fitting those into your puzzle things. Maybe also a cookie clicker aspect. What do you mean by that? Because I'm not very familiar with cookie clicker. So it could be that. It could also be a match 3 game. Do you prioritize, like you prioritize matching the mushrooms that you need over the like, I use mushrooms as an example, so I can't use seawater because they wouldn't be in the same place. The mushrooms you need over the lavender that you like can grow at home. But you know, you might have to collect some lavender in order to set up for the mushrooms that you need. So that's some of my thoughts, and I'm trying to figure out, I had a friend suggest like a basket collection game, but I don't really like that, so I'm trying to figure out like what the collection aspect is. It's a mobile game called Mind Tap where you tap blocks to break them and gain more resources. Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Yes, I'm trying to figure out a good minigame for that. But then also in the larder, you can take things from your inventory, and like some things you can hang them up to dry, and in the potion area you can like, you know, if you get a bunch of blackberries, for example, you can like make them into a jam and then bottle up that jam. Like you can preserve some things and then keep those in your larder, and you'll again there'll be a certain amount of storage space. So you can like hang up 4 things to dry and keep 6 jars. And that's just like some extra storage. But they last longer than the things in your bag, which maybe they only last the day that you've gathered them, or maybe there's these ticking timers and it goes down. Because I wasn't going to have things expire, and then I was pointed out preserving materials, and that's really cool actually. So they don't expire, they'll just sit there, it's extra storage. But they're a little less potent. But like some things might need you to have the dried herbs. So yeah, I want this thing of when you're making the potions, you have to put consideration into it. Like, what is it called? Okay, so like willow bark is a good painkiller, but you absolutely have to prepare it in some way first. So you probably have to grind the willow bark down. But then it's an exfoliant, so you probably don't want to ingest that. But you could perhaps mix the powder in with some water to make a liquid solution before you ingest it. But when it's just the willow bark powder, you can use it as an exfoliant for skin irritations. And there's things like, this is really good, but you can only use a diluted mixture where you like boil it in water and then you use the water, like you crush it and boil it in water and then you use the water. And only as an injection, you should never ingest it because it needs to go into the bloodstream, not your digestive tract. And like, I have way too many thoughts on that topic, and I don't have enough medical knowledge, but I'm like trying to compile a list of ingredients to put into this game. And I'm also trying to compile a list of things that like you need medicine for, issues that you would have. So one of the things I'm loving about this game is it's giving me ideas for what sort of potions you would need, but these are all like fantasy potions. And I kind of want, like, I don't need a twist potion or whatever. And it feels silly to do, like, ah, yes, this is a healing potion, because, like, I'm healing people's ailments. They're all thing. Preservation, mechanic, or potency, both. But, like, moon water is more potent than rainwater, which is more potent than tap water. But rainwater you can only get when it's raining in real life, and you remember to go in and set the bottles out. Moon water you can only get when it's the full moon in real life. You go and set the bottles out. Salt water you can only get when you go to the beach location and decide to collect and bring home salt water with you. You know? Yeah. You lived on a farm and dealt with medicine a lot, so you can help. Please, 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 please. Just. Here's my planning document. This is me copying down. Wait, this is me copying down the Wikipedia page for what medicine is used for. That's still in the A's. This is an alphabetical list. It's still in the A's. And then I've also gone through and written down what this is used for. So this one's used for the digestive system, and also the reproductive and or urinary system. And also the lower digestive tract, specifically when it comes to digestive system. This one is the cardiovascular system, more specifically blood pressure. Just, you know, as I'm wondering what are potions actually used for, and I was thinking, right, you can make whatever potion and then sell it just for some cash. But you have customers who come to you with problems, and at first they're like, yeah, I have a skin irritation. I need a salve to put, like, I need a numbing salve to put on the skin irritation. Or I need a numbing topical salve to put on this open wound. And you're like, okay, it's got, here's the recipe. And then, I need specifically this potion. And you're like, okay, I'm going through my potion book where I have basic potions, and I make it. There's a spider on my light. Is that too old for you, buddy? Oh, I'm sorry, little jumping spider. Buddy, you're clicking the button for me on the screen. How you doing? It's like the first time that we've ever had a little guest in my stream. I am not afraid of these things, but I will limit how much I talk about it, because I know that some people are incredibly afraid of some animals. As someone with a fear of dogs, I get it. I really do. Anyway, I'm like, I just have my game closed. I'm just talking about potion game. It is 12:55 and I need to go have lunch soon. But Shadow's little cousin. I shouldn't say the name because they've been known to wake up when a streamer says their name. I think they fell asleep listening to me. But that individual, incredibly frightened of the creature in my room currently. I will not do that because I am respectful to people with phobias. Time to teach color theorem, pixel scaling. She's making a game. Please. I'm thinking I do want it to be pixelated. I've designed... I've started trying to design some sprites for it, but just like vaguely sketching things out. I need to figure out how the potions actually work first. But anyway, yeah, as I figure, like, as you level up, as you get better at potion making, this is the part where it's going to be like a nightmare to code, right? You're going to have customers come to you, and instead of saying, I have an open wound and I need this specific potion, they're going to say, I have an open wound, make me a potion. And you're going to have to say to yourself, okay, it's an open wound, so you need a topical salve. You need it to have a protective layer so that things can't get in. You need it to be disinfecting, because if it's full of stuff that breed infection, that's not going to be good. You don't want to put like a bunch of fungi in your topical salve. You want to put distilled water instead of salt water, you know? You don't want it to create pain, you want it to be numbing. Whereas if they're like, my muscles are sore, you might opt for a topical salve or like ingesting a muscle relaxant. But the topical salve for muscles are sore might induce pain, because what you want there is something with capsaicin, probably, to tell your body that it's heating up so that it relaxes, because that's how chemistry works and biochemistry. And so, like, when you get high enough, you're gonna have to, like, stat out in your head, or, like, you're gonna have to look at the stats in the journal that you have. And, like, honestly, like, look at this pause menu. This journal, that is what I want. I want the journal where these are the potions that you know. These are the ingredients that you know. This is the shape that it has. Here's a bit of information. Here's where to find it. I want, here's what it looks like. Here's what it's called. Here's its statistics. How much of a hallucinogen is it? How much of a painkiller or a pain inducer is it? What are its statistics? What are the different ways to prepare it? For willow bark, you can't just add willow bark plain to a potion. You can't do that. You have to grind it first. You might also be able to grind it and then make that into a thing. So, you know, in like the Pokedex, you have like the Pokemon evolution chart, and you're like, oh, it goes from a little guy into a big guy, or it has a branching tree. I need something like that in the journal aspect. But then also in the journal, there might be settings, and there might be, here's your shop where you can buy some ingredients, and it will always be more efficient to source those ingredients yourself. But if you're like, I absolutely cannot get the mushrooms I need, or I really need salt water, but I don't have the energy to go to the thing, you can buy salt water. But it's gonna be expensive, or like more expensive than it would otherwise be. I'm not good at money in games, but I feel like there needs to be a money aspect. Games like this always have something like that. I don't know, maybe there's not a money aspect. Maybe you just make funky potions. Or like a store where you can buy things and sell things, but also like customers that come to you with quest issues. So as you can see from me talking about this game I have, this game that we're playing, Potion Permit, has a lot of aspects of like, this game I have been kind of designing in my head for like a year or two now, maybe three. I've started putting a lot of actual effort into planning it, but it's like been swimming around in there for a while. It's got a lot of aspects, but it's also, mine's different enough that it's like, this doesn't do everything I wanted from my game. I've still got a lot that this doesn't do. And like, there are a number of ways to make the potions. You could use any water as a base, except sometimes it'll be like, you can't use salt water for this one. Salt water can't be used, like seawater cannot be used if somebody is ingesting a potion. Don't ingest seawater. But seawater can be used for topical salves. You know? But you can choose whether you're using moon water or rainwater. But a hallucinogen that has moon water in it will be of greater quality than a hallucinogen that has rainwater in it, because rainwater is not inherently magical in that sense. You know, I would love people to give me more ideas for this game, to tell me what potions I need to make. Be like, hey, Shay, did you know that there's folk stories of, like, here's a folk medicine thing about elderberries. Here's what they do. It's a placebo effect. elderberries do everything. They don't actually do those things, but everything. And then I'll have like a little dex entry of like, it was believed that elderberries would do these things. And so that's what it does in the game, but I'm also telling you, like, this is pseudoscience. Whereas I'll be like, I don't remember what it is. I could look it up, but I don't remember what it is. There's a flower, I think it might be like wolfsbane, actually has an effect on your cardiovascular system and was used as like a blood thinner. But Wikipedia also says, do not use this as a blood thinner. Wikipedia's like, this is a bad idea. Like, yes, scientifically, it functions. But it shouldn't, and you shouldn't try to make it function. Only do this if you were an expert. You know, that's what I want from my game. That's what I want from the game. I want that. So. It's gonna be hell to code when I eventually do it, because it's not like A plus B equals C. It's like A plus B could equal any of the above, or C could equal any of the above. But I really want this thing to exist in more than just my brain. So yes, you have an Easter egg cure, or someone who's possessed needs to be cured. I have an Easter egg. No sugar. Pour them with holy water. Say a chant to get the ghost out of. That's ridiculous. Okay. Thank you for letting me input up a little bit about the game that I want to make. Let's see. What time is it in game? It is 2 p.m. in game. So as soon as we get to the end of this day, I'm going to have to end my stream. Because it's 1 p.m. and I need... I'm not hungry yet, but I need to have some lunch. I have leftovers from dinner last night, and they're not right. Monday to Sunday... Yo, that's within the time. Apologize for the poor quality of customer service. If you'd like to complain, you can find me at the bath. Find me at my home. Please don't blame Olive or the management. It's completely my fault. It's not though, Cassandra. Okay, so this is the, oh, hi. Yep, hi, Cody. This is the thing. Does Cody do that when... Part of me wonders if that's a way of telling time. The 10 minutes has passed. Anyway, we have a cutscene in here. That's why I came here. So, you don't have any new furniture designs this month? The furniture on display is all I have. I'm looking for something fancier, you know? Something a bit more unique. The kind of thing you can't find anywhere else. I want a breath of fresh air in my room. Well, I suppose that wouldn't be so hard. I could create more varied furniture if I wanted to. The thing is, I'd need to upgrade my wood cutting board to do that. But the supplies I ordered from the Rangers last month haven't arrived yet. Besides, I don't think there's enough demand for more varied furniture. Keeping quiet about a problem doesn't make it go away, you know. Besides, your furniture is outdated. The quality of the product speaks volumes about its creator's character, and these high-quality products of yours are all dull. In that case, I'll try and have a word with the Rangers about this. I think that's probably what I can help with. Okay, I'll have a word with the Rangers then, fine. Program it in Python or C++, Java will not work as it's a dying language. I have a bit of experience with Python, so I'd love to do some more Python coding, honestly. My mom's not like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed coding with Python. But because I'm not that much of a coder, I feel like first, okay, A, I'm not that much of a coder, and B, when I don't have a goal, I don't function. I feel like unfortunately, I feel like I have to spreadsheet out the whole thing. Like, I need to know what I am doing first. I'm just here to buy some worms. You guys don't need to see me buying worms. But, like, I'm out of worms, so I needed to buy some worms for some fishing. Just like if I come home late at night and not ready to sleep yet. Gotta have the ability to fish. Which we're probably going to do right now. Because it's 4 p.m. I think the town hall's closed now. Let's go to the town hall, because if they're not closed, that box packing minigame is great. He's so fun, I love him. Yeah, door's locked. Yeah, closes at 3. Thank you for the hydrate, self-care pack. Coding is long and hard, but once you get it, it just works. Yeah. I did pretty well at coding in my ICT class. I, in fact, got the Best of Class award in a pass-fail class for my ICT class. But that's just because I, like, hyperfixated on some of the projects and spent an extra 6 hours on them, and my teachers were like, I think we need to give you a reward for this. I was not prepared to be called on stage for my graduation about a pass-fail class. Anyway. Ask you about your book. You just told us to tell me about it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening to my input about the game I want to make and also asking about my book. I am writing / I want to write a young adult novel, a coming-of-age story, in fact, about a neurodivergent teenager in the semi-fantasy set, like, I mean fantasy, but like mid-fantasy setting, maybe low fantasy, honestly. Low fantasy going into mid-fantasy once you go through the portal. It's not quite technically a portal world fiction, but like, kinda? It follows the hero's journey, certainly, and it kinda follows portal world. But yeah, this coming-of-age narrative of this neurodivergent teenager who doesn't understand the system that he is told should be the way, and ends up, you know, solving some issues that have been systemically supported for a while, because he's like, these boxes don't make sense. I can make better boxes than this. And because he asks too many questions and breaks too many rules, he helps people. He finds the answers. And he finds himself along the way, along with the support of some pretty awesome ride-or-die friends who he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to know how cool they are. But they're pretty damn cool. I'm just, like, not having much time to write it. And I never know when they tell me about your book. Like, I can read you the blurb, but it's like, do I give away some of the plot twists? You know, when I'm like, yeah, just, like, neurodivergent doesn't fit in with the society, do I tell you the things that the character figures out about themselves? Yeah, and it's really important to me to get diversity and representation, because the real world is diverse. History was diverse. If I'm doing a pseudo-medieval thing, I'm not gonna just have a bunch of white guys. But the difficulty with me as a pasty person who's, you know, I appear white, I am socially conditioned as white, even if it is not really how I view myself, not entirely, I am. So it's important to me to try and get some diversity, but not forced diversity. And, you know, I'm an able-bodied person, but I don't want all of the fictional characters to be able-bodied. you know? Because that doesn't seem realistic. So... Got some fun, creative problems to solve there. But yes, I'm very, very excited about my book, and I recently reread what I have written, and I'm actually, like, really proud of it, and I gotta do more of that. Because it's cool, actually. It is cool. So, right. The time has come, the rumor said, to speak of many things. Shoes and ships and sealing wax, cabbages and kings. That's something my dad says when it's time to leave. I'm gonna send you guys over to Cabopat, who was doing a just chatting stream. But this has basically been just chatting. And, you know, we love Cabopat here. So, we're gonna go to Cabo. Make a percentage spreadsheet. Percentage spreadsheet and divide it up amongst different skin tones and roll. No, I don't need to do that. I know how the characters look. I know how they look. The protagonist, Jack, is white. He is an allegory for visually fitting in with the society that is dominant, but not feeling like you actually connect with any of these people. There are rumors about his appearance, but it is so important to me that those are not racially based. So the protagonist is white, because the story wouldn't make sense otherwise. I cannot write about racial oppression. I have not experienced it. One of the other main characters, when I picture her in my head, she has darker skin and really curly hair that bunches up and only goes long when it's wet. She has an afro in my head, and afro isn't quite the right word for it, but she's definitely darker skinned in some way, and I'm not exactly sure where along that scale she is, because I'd have to do research. I don't have the right words for it because I haven't gotten to the stage of quite, researching what language to use to not be harmful, because the language I have learned is from a system that has systemic oppression as a part of it, and I am not 100% sure if I have the right language. And the other protagonist is sort of olive-toned skin, because it's what fits in my head. He's not very sea-based. He's a dock worker in my head. He has a Mediterranean vibe. He is on the coast all the time. He's got a sort of tanned olive skin. I know that already, and yeah, maybe for background characters, but I'm more likely to, load up The Sims and just hit random character and take what aspects I like of that than a D100. That always feels ingenuine to me. For NPCs, yeah, maybe. It feels ingenuine. You followed me on Instagram. Oh, thank you. I also got a notification that you followed me on TikTok, I think. Maybe make... I see over here. Maybe make a Discord tech channel group for those willing to help with your project. Totally should. I totally should. I'll think about it. Honestly, I'll think about it. Because I have so many projects. Guys, I have the raid command fully typed out and I almost hit go, but then you distracted me. So it's good that I didn't hit go, because you would have been whisked away. Anyway, thank you for shouting out my socials. I will send my goodbye command. Yes, we are raiding Cabopat. Cabo is doing just chatting, but is a good friend of mine. Should maybe ask if she's free tomorrow, so we'll play some games with us at some point. Thought might be a little late for her. And I don't want to ask that last minute anyway. I've got some good plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are in theory doing the 6 possibly plus hours stream. Thank you for the I like this. It has been so lovely to see you all. And I would absolutely love to find out more about my creative projects. I'd also love to have more time for them. Like, how do I code a game? I can't even produce YouTube videos on a regular basis. And I'm struggling to post to Instagram, even though I have a schedule for that. Like, how am I gonna? Anyway, I've got ideas and I love sharing them with you. Thank you for being an external source of motivation. Hope you guys have fun with Cabo. I need to do a lunch. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. Goodbye. See you next stream. Goodbye. Goodbye. Can't wait to help with the game. That makes me so excited, Celestial. Goodbye. Bye. Bye, Celestial. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, VOD watchers. I appreciate you, VOD watchers. Seriously, you're awesome. Blows my mind every time I think that there's some people who watch my VODs. I know there are. The Twitch chat are gone now. They've gone to Cabo, but the VOD watchers, you can see this. You can get this genuine thank you. Mwah. From me. Bye. I need to go comment in Cabo's chat in the present era instead of the VOD era. Goodbye. Mwah. Have a great day.